Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Oh, you damn right. You know what time it is, brother. You know what time it is, man. Yanks Talk Ball. We are here for episode 11. I think, 11. And it's very fitting, you know what I'm saying? Episode 11. We got the number 11 right here. You know what I'm saying? We got just some coincidences and stuff in the air. As you can see, I'm having a good day. You know what I'm saying? I'm having a good time. I'm not going to lie. But we're here to break down another episode. The squad is back in full effect. You know what I'm saying? It's a real good time, y'all. It's time to talk again. I'm so jazzed for this episode for just no apparent reason. Just very randomly. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. Something might be in the air. But let's introduce the host, the whole squad real quick. Phil talks ball. He's in the building. What's happening, man?
Yeah, what's going on? I mean, technically we're all in different buildings, but if you guys remember a couple weeks ago, we had this incident where there was an imposter in that block where Chase usually is. And now I'm seeing something where Adrian usually is. I don't know if his house got burglarized. I don't know what's going on, but I see a shadow. I see like a silhouette lurking in the corner. And I don't know, man. I'm worried about what I'm about to see.
Yeah, we're gonna get around to that. But yeah, hey man, no chill Gene. He's in the building. What's happening, dog?
What's up, boys? I'm gonna want to talk about the same thing as Phil did to our viewers. Just when we make promises, we back it up. There's something that a certain someone here in this Among Us promised last week. He said if something happened, he would show up to this podcast showing something. So I'm excited to see what it is.
Man, it's crazy. But yeah, welcome back to the homie Chase. He's in the building as well. What's going on, fam?
What's up? Freshly shaven. So all I have to say is you guys are lucky that I couldn't make it last week with that Mudra goal and just the way that the Blues have been playing. So I still got. I mean, obviously this week was good too, so I still have some joy. But you guys, let's just say you're lucky. I'll give you that.
We dodged an insufferable bullet. We definitely dodged.
I don't think I've seen Chase this clean shaven since like 2014. It's nostalgic right here.
This is the first time in 3 years.
Dang, man's ready to switch it up, bro. Ready to switch it up. And speaking of new appearances and switching, the man that usually has a good day. Can you introduce yourself? Adrian, where you at, bro?
I'm here.
Oh yeah, it's your turn. Come on in, bro. You know?
Yeah, what's going on, bro? Don't be shy.
Yeah. Say what's up.
Scoot more in, bro.
Yo, we got freaking Shia LaBeouf in this party. Crazy.
I'm not famous anymore. I am not famous anymore.
I take back everything I said about being jealous of you.
It was 10 Fs to get Shia LaBeouf.
You know, ever since you asked me if I had a bad day, if I ever had a bad day 2 weeks ago, everything went to shit.
Yo,
that's crazy.
Chelsea's doing good now. I got all that bad mojo out of me. It's your problem now.
Yo, I think that out of respect to the fans and the viewers of this channel, you should extend this back to the face until City win in the Premier League again. What do you think?
Bro, I need next time get a Chipotle bag.
Over the international break?
Yeah, it means another week minimum that I have to wear this.
Next time, wear the Chipotle bag with the stitchings on it too. Style it up. You know what I'm saying?
No, get an Amazon one. Then. You get it stylish and everything. Yeah.
But how are you doing? How are you doing?
Well, I made a bet. I said it right to the camera. I looked right to the camera and I said, if Manchester City lose to Arsenal this weekend, I will show up to the podcast with a paper bag over my face. Yeah.
It's too funny.
I had to do it, man. I'm a man of my word.
Respect.
You can see the tape because I have my headphones on, so I had to tape it to my face. But
I mean, he's doing a science fair project, trying to get ready for this.
Yeah.
No, respect to them.
But...
Yo, if he takes it off, you just freaking need to hydrate.
Bro.
If you need to take a hydration break 30 minutes in, let us know, bro.
You know
wait, I never said I was gonna wear it the whole time.
Oh, no, look at him. He's flaking out already. Bro. Looking like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I would show up.
Hold on.
Bro, Chase wore his Man United shirt for the entire
Literally the whole time.
That's different though.
Nah.
Okay,
You
how
shouldn't
about
have
this?
put the
We
bag
let
over
you
your
we
head,
let
man.
you
That
cut a
was
hole
smart.
so you could breathe.
No,
in
you
and
know
out.
what the issue is? Adrian's looking especially cute today. That's the issue. You need to show it off to the world. Can't be covering it up. Now I respect it. Take it off. Take it off.
Nah, it's crazy. Out of context, that's wild.
I'm gonna have to rip it off.
Hey, there we
we
go.
go.
Nah, put it back
I'm
on.
back.
Put it back on. Put it back. No, I'm playing. No. Oh, but hey,
mean,
But I'll
listen.
take something else off though. I'll take
Hey,
something off.
whoa,
Whoa,
whoa.
Oh my
Hey,
god, bro.
yo.
It's still 9 p.m. and shit.
Nah, I wish I had headphones to do the
That way.
Mourinho meme right now.
The-
Wow,
A
man.
little
Process.
look
Process.
ahead bet to satisfy your guys' needs. Chelsea Arsenal October 21st. If Chelsea loses to Arsenal, I'll show up with a paper bag over my head for the whole podcast episode.
Yeah.
Yo, that is a crazy
That's
claim, bro.
insane,
You guys
bro.
are like 65%
Nah.
gonna lose.
3 wins in a row
70
at
maybe.
Stamford Bridge. Easy points.
Okay.
Brother.
Okay. Okay.
Burnley,
Can I pick out the paper
oh
bag?
my God.
Yo, who
Yeah.
came to the bridge and collected 3 points this season? I'm remembering
So many
Nottingham
teams, bro.
Forest.
Forest.
None of the last 3.
Didn't Fulham?
I don't even
Fulham
remember,
beat them
bro.
1-0? Fulham beat you guys 1-0?
That was away though.
Stamford Bridge?
Chelsea won. No, Chelsea won
Listen,
to Fulham 3-1.
A lot of people come to and fro a bus stop. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no,
It's-
they were
you forget.
losing 1-0. My bad, yeah, they were losing 1-0. My bad.
Hey man, it is what it is. It is what it is. But listen,
Trey, you gotta counter that though. You gotta counter that.
I'll come up with somebody in the episode. I gotta think of something in some equivalent. I can't just say plastic bag. I can't say paper bag or something like that. That's too easy. I'll think
Yeah,
of
I'm gonna say
something.
right
Oh,
now,
you
if
have to.
Liverpool loses the Merseyside derby on that same day, I'll show up in a clown fit.
Yo, you're gonna have to rent that
A
shit
clown
out.
fit?
The nose and everything.
No,
Yeah,
I
I'll go to
like
Party
that.
City or whatever and get the
No.
red nose.
I'd like
I
to
like
see
this
that.
trend. I like this trend. Now we're all trying to outdo each
Ooh.
other.
Or do you have a
I
tuxedo?
like it.
Me? Yeah. I mean, I have
Of
a.
course, bro.
I'd like a tuxedo if Arsenal drops points.
Can we-
drops points because Chelsea's a lot worse.
Can we do business formal? Is business formal okay? I think I have a tuxedo like jacket. I gotta
No,
find a
you
bow
have to
tie.
come with the whole suit, tie, or
And then
bow
give
tie.
me a splash cash on there.
And that's crazy.
I want your hair nice and I want your hair slicked back. Everything.
You want me to braid and everything?
Yo,
Okay, fair play. I'll do it. I'll commit to that.
I like how we're doing this 2 weeks in advance. We got to remember this next episode too, because
Yeah.
Games
No.
are next-
We'll keep tabs.
we got a while before these games.
We'll clip it, man. But hey, listen, we're ahead of the gun. We're ahead of the gun on a lot of things. That's 2 weeks away. But you know what you can do right now? Rate this podcast 5 stars. Go to all your audio podcast platforms. Again, Spotify for podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. We're available damn near everywhere. Just type in Yanks Talk Ball. We'll be right there at the top, going your top left corner. Rate it 5 stars. Tell people to go tell more people to go share it, go watch it, listen to it. Again, just spread the love so we can get to more audiences, to hit more ears, to get more people out there, so we can see, what clown shit we can do on a bigger budget probably. So let us know, what I'm saying? Help us out, do it, show us some love on that front. We're also available again everywhere, again, including YouTube, Instagram, the TikToks, all that jazz, all those other platforms, social media wise, at Yanks Talk Ball. But without further ado, we can run into some of the quick stories for the meat and potatoes of the episode. First and foremost, we did want to hit on something I saw, not from the Prem, in the Spanish league. You know what I'm saying? There was a very questionable decision, I believe, in the Barcelona game over the past weekend. It seems like the reffing plague has not stopped, and it has now hit international borders. I'm saying, like, probably worse than the bedbug crisis, because this shit looking crazy for some people.
no, the bedbug
bedbug
crisis.
crisis.
Bedbug crisis is insane. Bedbug crisis is insane. But again, that's a whole nother kettle of fish. But the Bar situation was, there was, again, Barcelona came back. I forgot who was against, like Osasuna? Was it Osasuna? I think that was the game, but there was a whole last minute cross that was supposed to go in. They mark offside for a Barcelona player, but the actual cross who it went to was Joao Felix, who was well onside. He was like a whole 5 yards on, like he was clearly on, and they marked it off. They said it was offside. They tracked the wrong man. Clear error. Can officials
Didn't they try
see?
to say? Yeah, didn't they try to say that he wasn't like involved in the play?
Yeah, they try to claim some involvement. They try to claim some involvement from a man who was clearly onside behind the ball. again, I don't like
those guys are sus.
I don't like Barcelona. I'll be clear with you. I don't like Barcelona, and I don't like Barcelona reffing decisions. That's a clear problem throughout history. That's well documented. But come on, man. This refs got to pattern up, bro. Refs across the board got to pattern up. Like just take another look. Slow down. I don't understand why people make such snap decisions without at least taking a holistic look at certain things. Once they see a narrative in their head from a certain picture, they run with it and just like, bro, just stop the game and take a proper look.
These guys have to start taking IQ tests to become
Bro.
refs, because obviously just running up and down the field is not it, man. They got to.
That's the whole reason for the VAR and all that, is so they don't have to make these bonehead decisions.
These
They still do it.
These boneheads still be just operating the VAR system. So who are we to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all rotten to the core. I'm telling you, who's the ball-headed ref? Kalina. We need that boy Kalina from Italy to come through and restore order to all this. My man's was the best ref of all time. I need him to again just level every league, root out all the evil, and just set some type of consistency, bro. Because it's getting annoying at this point. Like, even if you make me empathize with Barcelona in a reffing situation, that's when you know shit gotten bad. Like, come on, man. Like, it's just annoying. It's annoying, man. But yeah, that was that. And then the other small story I wanted to cover was the new World Cup format. Now, again, the next World Cup is coming up soon, and we got a little bit more information from earlier in the week about what we're going to see in terms of the structure and all that. So basically, we got confirmation that Morocco, Portugal, and Spain, they're going to host...
not the next one, right?
Oh, yeah, they're the one
2030.
after. Yeah, 2030. Yeah, thank you. 2030. So
Correct his ass. There you go.
Shut up, G. Shut up. But for the 2030 World Cup, we have Morocco, Portugal, and Spain. They're gonna host. But for the 100th anniversary of the World Cup, there's going to be 3 games that are going to be featured in another country, i.e. the first 3 countries to, take part, which is Uruguay, Paraguay, and Argentina. So there's 6 countries to start the World Cup, and they have their
How
own.
shameless is that, by the way?
You're gonna have to travel from South America to Africa / Europe, like after those games.
Yeah, but for the people that may play in the first games, most likely.
Yeah, that
Yes,
seems like a
I believe
disadvantage
so.
to have to. Basically, you're playing in a completely different time zone. I don't get that.
And then FIFA comes out like flexing, oh, we're all about diversity. And like, what the like?
You
these
motherfuckers
guys
is about
swear
a
to
bag.
God, man.
You're
they're
about
shambles.
y'all are about a
Wait,
bag,
so
and
do
we
you know-
understand.
Is it A, is it known, and B, if it is known, do you know by any chance if those Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay are only going to be playing one match at home, or is it going to be
Yes.
the case that they're playing? Man,
Just open
that's
it.
messy. I
It's
was gonna
just-
say then at least they could like zone it out that they play their group games in South America, and then everyone flies, over to
Regardless
Spain or
of
whatever
how it
for the
is,
knockout
it's
rounds.
still-
I mean, it's still terrible, but that would have made it at least a bit better. But if they're only
especially
hosting
with time zones and shit,
literally the
how
opening
long-
match, then
like,
that's
It's just so weird. It's like, why? I don't
It's
understand
money, bro.
why. I get that it has got to be the money. It's just like, I don't know why go through all of this, But
and it
I
just
mean,
fucks
like
up
you
the
said, it's
players, bro.
money.
Imagine the disadvantage of like being in a time zone for like a week, and then the next week
Yeah,
or
and having to
however
fly
long.
all
Like,
the
Right,
way
yeah.
out
are they
there.
gonna prolong the game? Like,
Yeah,
Oh, you have
and it's
jet
just-
lag?
I mean, it's just
The advantage of
those
basically
3 games,
6
though,
teams having
right?
home field.
Yeah,
That's
16.
the whole idea of
Yeah,
the World Cup is,
It doesn't
one
make- it
team that
really
basically
doesn't.
has an advantage because they're the host country, or in some cases the other 3 countries or whatever. But the fact that basically 6 teams are going to have an advantage, and one of them only for one game. So whoever has to play Argentina in Argentina is at a severe disadvantage to the next group game that Argentina plays. It just makes no sense. But again,
It
money
really
rules,
doesn't.
so.
Oh yeah, on top of the fact that 6 nations automatically qualify, like
Right.
like it just upends the whole
Well,
I
balance of
wonder-
shit.
yeah, I'm interested in the qualifiers, how that's gonna work.
Yeah.
Three South American teams automatically qualify. Is that gonna have like? They're gonna have to add more teams into the World Cup, no?
well, there are
Yeah,
already.
yeah,
There are
yeah,
2026 is
based
going to
on-
be one country.
Based off
It's
the new
already
format,
a
they already
48
expanded. Yep.
Yeah, next World Cup
There's gonna be
already
some
is a
stinky
48 team
teams,
World Cup.
man.
Oh yeah, we already have stinky teams, bro.
Remember we did the draft when we were trying to find these players.
That-
in the
yo,
first
that's
team?
what-
Yeah, bro. You can only imagine when countries like Jamaica start.
Bro, I knew you was gonna come pick my yo,
Do you know
bro.
what-
Yo,
what is
but
it?
keep the
It's
reggae
just
boys out your
Bro,
mouth,
low
bro.
bear is low-hanging fruit, man. I had to.
Keep the
No,
reggae
no,
boys
I
out
gotta
your
go for that.
mouth.
Bro, all those records, like freaking Close, like with the most goals, all those records are just gonna get thrown out the window because of this BS. then you're gonna have
Oh
like
right, like Kane
freaking-
scoring 10 goals against
against
Panama. Right?
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know
you
what I'm
realize
saying?
that like that's like where like the whole like Mickey Mouse World Cup thing comes from is because of changes like this that happened over the course of history. You know, it's like soon enough, like maybe I don't know, maybe one day the World Cup is gonna have like 60 teams, 80 teams,
Bro.
and then these people
Every country.
in that time they're gonna be those 32 team World Cups, which is Mickey Mouse World Cups, they don't count. So Mbappe's World Cup doesn't count.
Mm.
No, that is you do have a point there.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's just the way things go.
The sti-
No, that's-
the-
that's
the
what-
stipulations
it's the same
because
thing
of
I tell
money.
People when they're like, "Oh, Pele has 1,500 goals," like, "Oh, all those friendlies." It's the same way, like in 20, 30 years. Oh, Messi and CR7 scored before VAR. Like, oh, all those offside goals that they
No,
scored.
that's true.
It's just gonna be the
Yeah.
same bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And if we disrespect it, guess what? People are gonna disrespect our generation. That's why I'm a firm believer in respecting that old generation from the how long ago. Because guess what? In 20, 30 years, they're gonna be our goats are gonna be called clowns and shit because
Mm.
Well,
of that same
at least
reason.
we have video of our goats. We don't even have video of half of Pele's goals. So
Hey,
Hey, but that's what I'm saying. But it's not going to be super HD, 4D. You can't see it live or some bullshit. I'm telling you, they're going to find something.
Right, the goals didn't happen
Hey.
in the metaverse. They don't count.
Yeah,
as
facts.
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, they're definitely
Listen,
gonna find something.
I'm not gonna lie. If there was people in some sources saying that Pele scored that many goals, a part of me might believe him. If they saying that number and he's doing it in that
Nah,
time
I don't
of
think it
in
was-
that
I
time
don't
of
think it was
social
1,500,
instability,
yeah.
in that
I
time
don't
of
think it
social
was-
instability,
But they
when
do
they're
admit
saying,
though
you know,
that like they counted exhibition matches and stuff.
Yeah,
Like, that's
yeah.
like official.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, listen,
Yeah.
if he had to,
The
if he had to
person
play
who's
football,
more-
if he had to play football through them times where they was calling him the N word from the stands and could actually rush him and they not gonna get penalized for
Bro,
it.
that's what I'm saying.
maybe
You know how
they
crazy-
should count them goals.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah,
not
no, those
gonna
times are
lie.
crazy.
He
You know
might
how
get a
crazy
bonus for that.
Listen, a Brazilian small black soccer player to get called king of football in that time, you had to
Right
be
in the
fucking
50s and 60s.
pretty
Son,
fucking
you
good.
had
bro.
to
That's
be
wild.
good. You
For
had to be
Of
good.
course. Yeah.
For you to be going in England anywhere and those guys were praising your ass, you had to be something, man. Cause you can't be no whatever freaking player.
Yeah.
Bro
And the
came
thing-
in like a
the
mythical
thing is,
figure to the New York
listen,
Cosmos.
The exhibitions that he scored are like players like from like the European teams would play Santos
Mm.
because obviously they couldn't play any other ways, but it's still competitive. But they can't count it. So it was an exhibition, and Santos would beat those European teams. They'll play Benfica,
Mm.
like all the greatest teams of that time. So I guess it all depends on what you count and don't count. I still wish
Yeah.
there was a better way that South American teams could compete other than just the FIFA World Cup. But
Yeah.
Well, they're doing
Yeah,
a
well,
more
the
like
new-
legit
the
Club
new,
World Cup.
The new
Yeah,
Club World
so-
Cup
Mm.
will be more, I guess. Well, they will
It's
be
like
at
legit, like
least-
gonna be like a World
Inclusive.
Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be
It's
like
gonna be
well,
like
so it's
a-
gonna be I don't know how many exactly, but it's gonna be probably at least 5, I'd say. South
Didn't they
American
say it
teams
was like the
competing.
past 4 like
Oh, is it
Champions League winners?
Yeah, the
and
past
something
4
like
champ.
that,
I
like,
remember.
it's-
I looked. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah,
But there's,
well, I don't even know when that's going to be implemented, but yeah, that's a
Mm.
whole
I
different
think
thing.
in 2025.
Okay.
So this
okay.
Club World
Damn,
Cup
next-
coming up
like-
is the last
Yeah, 2
Club
years.
World Cup that
Well,
will
a
be
year and a
wow.
half.
in
very
the
soon.
in the traditional, I guess what is traditional now format,
Hmm.
and then they're gonna
do you
switch to
remember
next
what
year.
happened
And
in 2012, Chase, in the FIFA World Cup?
the Club World Cup,
what do you mean?
In the Club
2012
World Cup,
FIFA Club World Cup.
Chelsea
final.
was there
Mm.
against a Brazilian team. Do you know what happened? or-
That's a Mickey Mouse competition, though.
Yeah, I know
Why
Chase
you-
was celebrating that thing in 2021, bro.
Wait. Why were they? Why did they play their full squad, bro? Why was Fernando Torres crying in the sideline? If it's Mickey,
It was just, again, that game doesn't matter. The only thing that game has done is get Cole Palmer to be valued about 30 million more than he should have been.
hey,
And don't
one of
disrespect-
Chelsea's
he's
top
our
goal scorers.
this weekend, but-
Hey, hey, man.
Chelsea's penalty
Palmer.
taker, man.
Yeah,
Someone's gotta have the ball
the
to
one
do it.
after.
It's
Was
not
that the
in the
Super
end
Cup
zone.
final? Yeah.
Where did we?
Yeah, what are
how
we
did we
talking
start
about?
He talking about-
this?
he's
Cole
talking about
Palmer.
City.
We're talking about
He's
the
talking about-
2012 Club
Yeah.
World Cup.
Nah,
Club World Cup
he's-
final. What
World
happened?
Cup.
I was like, that guy was like 6 years
What
old.
happened
Yeah.
that day?
No, I think he's talking about
Corinthians
No, I think
the last
I
one.
thought he was
Chelsea.
talking about Cole Palmer playing for like a City Club World
Oh.
Cup. Or
Yeah,
something.
for was it?
No, I thought
Yeah,
he
it
was
was,
talking
I
about-
don't know,
I thought he was talking
Sevilla or
about
some
the
shit.
Super Cup.
Yeah, I
No,
don't know.
he's talking about when beat Chelsea in the Club World Cup final in 2012.
Mhm.
Yeah, but in any case,
That was-
I
think-
don't know.
Was that the last time a South American team won the
Yeah.
Club World Cup? I think so.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it will
It's been a
be the
long
last
time.
Dang, it's crazy.
Before that, yeah, I
They
think so,
can't. They can't even beat
2005.
the Asian
against
champions
Liverpool.
now.
Mm.
Yeah,
Like last year, I think Real Madrid played against one of the Asian teams, in the final because whichever.
I mean,
know,
remember
like
when Neymar Santos they got spanked by Barcelona.
they got slapped.
I mean,
up,
it's hundreds of millions against.
It's funny because I remember that was the most
Yeah.
hyped like Club World Cup final ever because everybody was
That
all
was
eyes were
4-0,
Neymar.
right? It ended.
It was a 4-0.
They got
And I remember I got up at 5 a.m. to watch it because there was just so much hype. I was like, oh, I gotta see this,
That's crazy, bro. This guy was a Neymar hater back then too.
No, I
I
wasn't
was.
a Neymar hater. Then. I think
I
I,
was a
I
Neymar hater. I'll
started
admit
I
it.
started hating him when he went to Barcelona. I think.
I remember you were hating him in like
You were
a random 2012 friendly against England, bro. I remember you tweeting like as
No,
expected
it was
Neymar didn't
afterward.
impress.
It was it was.
I'll
it
never
was not
forget that
It
tweet,
was
bro.
when-
You said Hazard. You
Yeah, I
said Hazard
remember.
Götze
I said-
greater than Neymar.
Yeah, no, that was
Yo, Mario Götze.
Oh my
No.
You guys in high
I
school
said,
just
I said, I
crying
remember
out
I
that-
tweeted something about Neymar being overrated when we played. It was City against Barcelona in the Champions League, round of 16. And we just got destroyed. I remember, but Neymar didn't do anything. He didn't get any goal or assist. Where I was like, Neymar's overrated. Blah, blah, blah. I was chatting so much shit. It was crazy. That was how old was I? Actually, I don't want to give away my age. So
Nah, that's crazy, bro.
He was at least
Yeah,
20.
after all the shit that he said about young boys, he doesn't want to
It's-
give
Nice, bro. The man was at least 20
Nah.
years old back then. That's all I'll say.
Nah, for real, bro. Give it.
the
out-
viewers are gonna think I'm younger than I actually am.
Yeah,
Let's say
give out.
he's pushing 40 soon.
Give
so
out
we'll
any
keep it at that.
give out any more info, bro. You're gonna be permanently with that paper bag, Brody. You gotta stick with it, honestly. But nah, in any case, I'd say the World Cup format is just like 2030 is gonna be a weird year for the World Cup, man. It's gonna be a weird year. I don't know what all them changes look like, but it is what it is.
Injuries.
Yeah, we're gonna be old men by then.
Oh man, I don't say that shit. I'm dreading it. I ain't
Yeah, just
gonna.
look forward to 2026, man. Worry about 2030. man.
Facts. When
That's
2030, we're gonna
arrives.
be watching kids from freaking 2015 starting for like Barca or some shit.
Born in dog. That's the.
Yeah, that's true.
Born in 2015. Yeah,
That's insane, bro. That's a big year. You know that, right? Born in 2015.
dog.
I mean, just the fact that right now, like, there's players born in like 2007
Facts.
that are like
They don't.
That's incredible. Yeah,
Pe-
they're
pe-
already professional footballers.
Born in
at top
06.
clubs.
They don't know what happened when John Cena came back in a Royal Rumble. They don't know them shits. They don't know.
Wait, that
what
was
happened.
2008, right?
Nah, listen, we're saying
years
shit.
mixed up.
Nah, bro.
I'm just calling you out right now.
Nah.
They
You
have
talk
an alert
WWE.
on
then.
the nerd out there.
Wrong
I'll never forget
podcast.
that one.
Wrong podcast.
No,
Wrong
Nerd Off is
podcast.
Wrong
crazy.
podcast, yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, we can roll on. Something that we can see, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the transition, is these predictions from the past week. Gene, take us through,
Shout out
man.
your own transition.
Yeah, absolutely. Every damn time. Every damn
wait,
time.
What's that? What transition are you talking about? You gotta be more.
He
I
ruined
caught
it.
it, Trey. I caught it.
Don't worry. Thank you. But anyways,
But I will call out you shouting it out yourself. That's
Yeah.
it.
Hey man, listen, I'm sorry. I gotta credit my own work sometimes, man. I like it. But Gene, we had a lot of predictions from Champions League and the Premier League over the past week, and
You're gonna have to help me out with all these stinkers that we. I think I'll start with my. I predicted. What was I predicted? I think United. I said we're gonna beat Brentford 3-0.
Gonna come
Did it
out
happen?
fierce.
We beat them. Yeah, we beat them. But other than that, it was definitely stinky. Premier League prediction. What did you go for, Phil?
Luton Town to take points off Tottenham. Wasn't far off.
it was not.
It was only
yeah.
a 1-0
red
Tottenham
card?
win.
Yeah.
Basuma got a red. Yeah, it wasn't far off.
Luton were just shit, man.
I think I've learned now when I bet on Luton Town, the match will tease me. It will tease me. Remember the last one was the Wolves 1-1. It'll tease me, but it won't happen. And then I don't say anything about them. What do? They go win at Goodison Park. So I'm just gonna leave Luton out of my bold predictions from now on. And that's twice now they prevented me from getting a perfect Champions League, Premier League 2-piece combo, bro. If you want, we can. Whenever we get in the Champions League, there's only one dub. I'll just say that before we.
Yeah.
All right,
we
you
move
want to
into
go
it.
for your prem prediction?
Oh, mine? Oh, I could. You know what I'm saying? We could talk. We're gonna
Or
get
you
into
want
it.
to? Or Adrian?
Yeah, we should build up to that one.
Yeah. We'll.
Adrian, you tell your prem prediction, This guy's gonna cry, man.
I predicted
He
that
looks like he's in pain.
that West Ham would lose to Newcastle at home. So
Whoa. Wait, what is this?
What?
That was one prediction.
What is this lie? What's going on?
what lie?
Well, you
Where's the
added
city game?
something
Where's the
else
one
into
about
that
the? Where's the one about the
That's
city
not even his
game?
prediction, bro.
Go. I want to hear it. The
Oh
viewers
my
wanna hear
God.
it.
I predicted that Manchester City would beat Arsenal without Rodri. Well, Manchester City without Rodri would beat Arsenal at the Emirates.
How that end up for you, buddy?
Yeah, did that happen?
No.
Everyone paradise?
Yo, my bro froze.
Blood has been for 40 minutes.
I don't want to talk about it.
Hey,
Man.
listen, but
Well, we will talk about it. Don't worry.
in a
We
little
will talk about it
bit.
soon.
Don't you worry, buddy. We're gonna talk about it. Oh man.
So since we gave all the Premier League predictions, Trey, you want to give your then we'll go circle around to
Yeah. The
the
only
Champions League.
I'm gonna get
facts. The only shining light of my predictions that I had this week was it was only halfway because I did do an extra one. I do an extra one on top. So
By the way, the one you got correct was your extra one.
Oh, was it? Okay, we'll flip it. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
In any case.
That doesn't count.
Yeah,
Doesn't count. Doesn't make you
this guy, bro. This guy, you want to discredit everything.
Right,
You-
make 10 more predictions in a week. One of them will come
Yeah,
right.
right. It won-
Okay,
Yeah,
so I'll
I
keep.
see you, Adrian.
No, I'll keep mine down. But okay. So we'll keep it from now on. We'll do one Premier League and one Champions League. We'll just keep
Nah,
it.
like I
everyone
said, you
else
could
is,
add
bro.
to your predictions, but if
Yeah,
if
it's
it
at your
goes-
own
if
risk.
it
You're
fumbles,
right. Yeah, it's close. It's close to the pin. It's close to the pin. That's fair. In the first one I put up, I said West Ham were gonna beat Newcastle by 2 goals. Did not happen. They got rolled. I ain't gonna lie. They got rolled pretty soundly. Isak is a monster. That's
Rolled in
ridiculous.
a 2-2 draw.
2-2.
Oh wait, they drew? Oh my gosh,
Yo,
you're right.
Blood is high on that
Oh.
Arsenal win.
No,
you forgot anything else that happened in the
Oh yeah.
afternoon.
Oh, it's not as bad as I thought
didn't-
then.
he
Yeah,
never
yeah,
checked the
yeah,
score
yeah,
afterwards.
I feel like
He
it.
was
Oh, yeah, I
done.
feel like
He
it
was
was
done with-
murder.
He was done with the week. The game week was over.
You
right
said
there.
that they were gonna win
Man
by
saw that.
2 goals.
Man saw that
Yeah.
deflected goal go in and just turned off his brain. He
Yeah,
turned
yeah,
off.
that was it.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
it.
I
You
feel
got
like it was
international
murder.
break.
Yeah,
You're
you
welcome to
damn
international
right.
break with
You
open arms.
damn
We would hug
right.
it right
You
now.
damn right I was. You damn right. But okay, that was a 2-2 draw. I missed that one. That's clear. That's clear. I can give that up. But
And then the other one?
the other one was I said we would beat Man City and Havertz would have a goal or assist. He would have GA on the board. And mwah. Oh, that feel good. That feel
Adrian,
good.
how do you feel Havertz having a goal or an assist against
He tends to
Manchester
do
City?
this against City, but
How do you feel, man?
No, stop. Okay, I'll wait for Adrian.
no, I'm
This is
fucking around.
shameless,
I'm
bro.
Havertz broke my heart at something. It was 100 times worse the other time that Havertz got a goal or assist against us. So this one was nothing compared to that one. That's all I'll say about that.
God, man.
You already felt the worst.
Yeah, this guy. Okay.
But yeah.
So let's go to
Champions League
the
ones.
Champions League. Unfortunately, there was 2 people. Someone stole my prediction, so I had to end up improvising. I said
Even though I
Newcastle
said
was
mine
gonna-
first.
Yes, yeah, but that's what I was saying. But you saw my face as soon as you said it, bro. Like you knew I wanted that thing.
Yeah, but it's not a steal, bro. It's just symmetry. But
Fair. So I said that Newcastle were gonna beat PSG. Then I said they were gonna get a clean sheet, which wasn't too far off.
Nah,
okay?
they're actually fairly
you know
close.
What I'm saying? It wasn't too far off. 4-1. I'll take the L, whatever. And then I said Isaac was gonna score. He didn't score.
he should
I'll
have
try to
scored.
go. He should have scored. You know what I'm saying? It was tough. He had that rebound where first goal happened. Whatever. I'll take my L on that. On that, I try to do the most since when I came off last week. I thought I was gonna get everything right. Everything was gonna hit. So I try to overcome that. Didn't happen, but I'm still happy that I predicted the Newcastle win. Trey, for your prediction,
See, I flipped it. That's what I did. I flipped my 2 predictions. That's what it was. I said that Feyenoord were gonna beat Atletico Madrid and keep a clean sheet,
Stinky prediction.
this was the one where they got rolled, not the West Ham one. I flipped those. My apologies. Yeah, they got their shit rocked. I ain't gonna lie. That was bad.
Trey, you were right on one of them. Feyenoord did beat Atletico Madrid, just not in football.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. oh yeah. They had the whole.
They won.
They had the fan
They had
meetup.
the
They had the
organized-
fan
Yo,
meetup.
Organized fight.
yo, those ultras crazy, bro.
The ultras
Can we
was literally
talk about it
screaming.
just for a second?
No, go, please.
How embarrassing that is. That how many these grown men?
It was a 12v12.
12
It was a 12v12.
12 grown men from Atletico Madrid Ultras and 12 grown men from the Feyenoord Ultras
And listen,
organized.
I don't
a
think it's
fight.
embarrassing. I think
So
it's.
you know what? You know
I
what?
think it's beautiful.
I think
I'm just-
it's
I just
beautiful. No,
wish-
it's beautiful,
I
but
wish
it's
they did a
embarrassing to
PPV.
lose the
I
fight.
would have paid $5 to
like,
watch that
imagine-
PPV.
$5.
Imagine
I'll pay
you, like,
$5.
you organize you're football fans and you organize a fight, and then you lose.
It's
That's
better than
facts.
them fighting in the
You
stadium,
gotta-
man.
You gotta
Dude,
schedule
that's
the
better
whole
than
Better than
thing.
man.
losing at the stadium. I respect it. I respect that they organized a little fight. You know, I'm just pissed that they didn't do a PPV or anything like that. I'd rather pay money towards that than to see KSI
I
look
would
at
have
Paul.
paid. I would have paid I would have paid to watch that fight, like just to see like how it
Hey,
turned
yo,
out.
You know
I'm
how
just-
Did they
hilarious
just
that
like
would be?
the fans of the football
like, were
supporter
they
fighting
wearing
league.
were they
No
wearing the
abilities,
jerseys when they
no
were fighting?
no abilities, no, like they're just a bunch of guys just fucking going
Did they
at
show
it.
up?
Like,
Did they show up in a full kit and they were just like, all right, let's go? And they just started
Bro,
beating shit
there
out of
was
each
I
other.
seen
Insane.
flares and shit. They were just squaring off. I'm like, yo, it looked like
Oh,
y'all see
Kamehameha in there,
Y'all see
bro. There was
Anchorman where
the
all the
solar flare.
different stations came up, started to fight each other and stuff. It was literally that. It just.
How do
dog,
you
it was
even
Lit
know-
insane.
up for this
Wait,
fight.
Jutsu out
Twitter.
here, bro.
Is it
Had to
only
be.
me? Wait, is it only
Crazy.
me, or do you know those people that like suit up and pretend to do medieval fights?
Yeah,
Like shit like
No.
like the
That's
LARPers
what-
and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
you
the
know,
first
no.
thing
I
that
thought
comes to
that
mind.
too. Yeah, that they
That's
were
the
wearing
first
like
thing that
those
comes to mind.
like the helmets
Facts,
and
bro.
like with the
Yeah.
feathers on it. They showed up with
Reenactments,
like
man.
fake swords and stuff.
It's the dead ass. It was medieval times in that motherfucker, bro. They was mobbing up.
I
That's
wonder how they
crazy.
even determined who won. Was it like a KO? They just like boom.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
now,
whoever's-
let's get
whoever's
back
left
to- let's
standing.
get back to
Yeah,
the
I gotta
Champions League
let me
prediction.
research who
Adrian,
lost.
Yeah, right.
Adrian, what was your Champions League prediction?
It was that Porto would beat Barcelona, which was
How did
another
that go?
L.
Oof.
Horrible.
L.
Fuck Porto, man.
The team is taking L's. Premier League prediction
Yeah, it's
taking
not-
L's.
It's not going well, man.
Godly, man. This
Yeah, it's
guy,
not
you
looking
need
good.
to
It's
put
not
the
looking
paper
good,
bag
bro.
for real. And for the winner of the Champions League predictions, Phil, please
Well,
announce
yeah.
what you
I just
said.
kept mine simple. I didn't add too many permutations to the end of it. I just said Newcastle will beat PSG at St. James's by at least 2 goals. And there was reasoning behind this. Hey, keep in mind if you remember my preseason prediction, I still think PSG are a dark horse in the Champions League. I still think they can go far. I feel like Luis Enrique. I feel like they'll make it out of the group, and Luis Enrique is good enough to get things ticking by February, by March. But I just thought, man, St. James's, that atmosphere on a what was it, Wednesday night, Tuesday night, whatever it was, but just a Champions League night at St. James's,
Different.
just an insane atmosphere, like one of the best England can probably produce, right? Like this has been built up ever since they were close
you
to
saw
securing,
the
and once they
videos,
secured Champions League, right? Like everyone was excited to see St.
Oh
James
my
on a Champions
God.
League night,
The
and for
Rocket.
the opening one to be PSG coming, like I know, pause by the way, but I know PSG just could not handle something that intense. Like I knew they didn't have it in them. I remember them at
Yeah.
Anfield a few years ago. They just got blown away in the first half, and I just
PSG,
felt
we could talk about it,
Newcastle
man.
could do the
We could talk
same.
about Mr. Mbappe himself, man.
Man,
The
listen.
ghost of PSG. Guy
Yeah,
was
he
getting
goes
offered
there.
$1 billion, freaking.
Who did he get
contracts
pocketed
and
by?
shit.
Yeah,
Well, Trippier is the right guy.
Trippier.
Imagine Trippier, bro.
Trippier
Like,
pocketing Mbappe,
and
and then
not only that,
Bashar and
Dan
Botman
Burn
pocketing-
and them
Dan
was
Burn
having a
pocketing
shift,
And
having a
Dembele.
day.
Dembele.
Yeah,
getting
Dan Burn
pocketed
had
by
him. Can you imagine being Dan
blinder.
Burn? Can you imagine being Dan Burn and Sean Longstaff?
Bro, the
Born and raised Newcastle fans.
boyhood club.
From, like born and raised Geordies.
And
And you
cook.
grow up like they would have been what? They would have been like in their teenage years
they-
when Newcastle got relegated in 09.
Mhm.
And then they would have been like early 20s, maybe around there when they
Yeah,
got
when they-
relegated again in
yeah.
2015 or
Mhm.
2016.
Yeah,
And Dan Burn got released by Newcastle too. He had this whole roundabout journey.
yeah.
And just to come back here, like they wouldn't even fathomed their local team would be playing in the Champions League with them in the team, let alone them starting, let alone
Facts.
them both scoring. Like
Facts.
just
And again,
like
it's,
that's a
it's one of the-
Hollywood moment right
It's
there.
one. It's one. Again, one of the most
And the-
expensive teams in the world with one of the best players in the world. Like
I
that's
guess
crazy.
that's
to me.
Hollywood basically.
and then
Yeah.
the cherry on top, Newcastle still don't have a trophy in 60 something. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. Fuck
Oh
those
damn, that
guys,
shade.
man.
What's going
I
on?
don't give a fuck. Fuck those
Damn,
guys.
where
Where'd
did
that
this
come
come
from?
from?
Yeah, for real.
It comes from them thinking, "Oh, why did Manchester United get to call United? We should be called United." It comes from that, from all those fucking guys that think there's something, man.
Were they
But when a
saying this
trophy
after
occurs-
the Champions League game, or was this just?
No, they were saying this during the Carabao Cup, bro. That they were crying off the field and shit. They're shameless kids, man.
Man.
And that what's his name? Eddie Howe has a picture or something that every time they walk like into it says like, "Oh, Newcastle hasn't won a trophy like a domestic trophy in 60 something years or some shit like that." And they were gassing him. "Oh, look at the mentality" or something.
Yeah, we have a
then-
Newcastle hater.
and then they
in here,
lost.
man.
I don't care. I'll admit it. I don't give a
I feel
fuck.
like he goes on a rant about some club every week, like, in the same way.
I don't care.
Super
Newcastle, Brighton, I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Who do
What am
you
I
have to play
supposed
next?
do?
It'll probably be added to the list.
Hey,
I don't care. Fuck. This shit is fucking. We're coming for everyone's heads. I don't care. One thing I'm not gonna be is a Man City lover like a certain someone. I want to see someone talk about Pep Guardiola out, just like he was talking about Ten Hag. I really want to see that when we talk about the game over the weekend.
Man City just saved your whole season and your manager's career. He was
How?
about 6 minutes away from a completely different conversation having if he didn't come save the day.
Yo, facts.
I'll take it.
Hey man, this shit looking crazy.
You can't put a Band-Aid on a broken bone. It's just a matter of time.
And listen, we're gonna talk about all that stuff, man. But
We will.
it's been crazy. I definitely don't want to do on the Champions League predictions too much because I took a fat L. That was ridiculous. So I mean, yeah, we can talk about the week.
Phil got the crown.
We'll give it to you this week. You know what I'm saying? But we can talk about the Prem this week. We can talk about the match week fixtures. Let's just start. You know, we can start anywhere. You know,
Where you want to start, man?
Anywhere.
You know damn well where
We
we
should probably
start.
go in order. You know, that Brighton Liverpool game at on early Sunday.
Now let's start with the main event. We should have done this with Tottenham Liverpool the other week. Yeah, let's start with the main
that
event.
damn City Arsenal game, man. Listen, y'all go ahead. Please, I want to hear y'all thoughts first before I go in.
Can we hear Adrian's thoughts first?
Yeah,
Please.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. That was a horrible match of football. First and foremost, it was just, and it was one of the top 5 worst performances I've ever seen under Guardiola at City. I don't even want to know what our XG was. Just we didn't create.
We know
anything.
Holland's.
Holland's was 0.0.
0.00.
He didn't 0.00
Crazy.
XG.
Not the first time it's happened.
Yep.
He didn't do anything the entire game. I'm not gonna. I don't know. People love to slander Holland, but I'm not gonna.
5 goals
say
in the
much
last 16 games, by the way.
I'm not gonna say
Really?
much
Which for
about Haaland.
anybody
Everybody
else,
knows.
that wouldn't
Everybody
even
knows
be
what
that
Haaland
bad.
is good for, and what he's good for is just it's not anything that has any aspect of football that's outside of the penalty box. So he wasn't getting the ball in the box. He was useless. It's happened a couple times for us now. So
Is
I'm
it
not
fair
gonna-
to say that he has 2 new dads?
The
two new fathers.
custody's joint,
he
but you know.
scored against both of them last year, by the way.
Last year, it's a new year, buddy.
Again,
It's a new moment in.
once we
The
stop
last
shooting
2
ourselves in
games-
the foot.
No, just
The last 2 games. Listen, if,
and we can't
if
just
it was
forget what
one
happened in
game,
the past.
we don't have to forget what happened in the past. But if we're going off the 2
Mhm.
most recent games, Arsenal versus City, he had two games with 0.00.
We're not talking
XG.
about we're not talking about the Community Shield, bro.
Did he not play?
No, we
his
gotta be
2
serious,
fathers
bro.
in that
That's
We
game?
gotta be
fine.
serious. Wait, come on, we gotta be
Okay,
serious.
we could talk about
Community
this
Shield.
one then.
Yeah, we'll talk about this one. It was.
I
want to
talk about the specifically shit that he does. That he tries to manhandle any defender he could get a hand on, right back, left back to score goals, and he does. And he pushes them, he pulls them down, scores goals. Never given a foul or anything like that. But as soon as he gets hit with some physicality, he just goes down and starts crying about it, man. I hate players like that. You either are a dog or you're not. I hate players that just like pretend that they are, and then they just you either like throw yourself like Bruno. He doesn't pretend he's a dog. That guy's gonna cry about everything. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how it is. But one thing is, whenever you're like going against smaller players and you pretend you're this guy, but as soon as you're met with the same physicality, you throw yourself, you start crying to the ref. I just hate shit like that, man. I just hate it. I hate to see it.
Should we start talking about Rodri and how he may be the best midfielder of all time with the fact that he
Jesus
No.
Christ.
No, I mean, no, wait. Let Chase make his. Let Chase say. I want to say something after that. I just want to say something after that. That's
Okay,
all. Go.
obviously the best midfielder of all time thing is exaggerating just to get a
Thank
jump
you.
factor. But
Thank you.
the fact that he hasn't played in the 3 games he hasn't played, they've lost. And clearly he's the one who's kind of, and again, I know that there's a lot more to it, but like the fact that they've looked so out of sorts without him in there, I think proves that he is the most irreplaceable player in the side. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, I just find it crazy how saying one player's absence can change the complete complexity of a team. It's just
but
insane.
when it happens to Arsenal, to Liverpool, to United, no one talks about it.
It's just Rob Holding. Just put him in there. It's the same thing. That's all I'm saying. If you want to
Well,
talk about
I
the
don't
past
think
injury,
anyone's using this as an excuse.
I
Like, to
don't.
say, like,
I
poor
don't.
City.
I don't.
This
No,
is
no.
like, damn, like Rodri is really important.
No,
Like,
I
he's-
know, and
I'm
I don't combat that. I don't combat that whatsoever. I just want to make the point that certain people out there, who were on both sides of that fence of like they were saying, oh, Rodri's so important, but also, oh, the Saliba thing didn't matter last season. But that's in the past. I just wanted to point that out because some people was bullshitting. But continue. I agree with your point.
But don't you think people will say, like, if City loses the league, if Rodri gets like injured for 4 months and City loses the league, like City saying Rodri being out cost us the title, no one's gonna have sympathy. The same way no one had sympathy with Saliba going out for Arsenal. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing.
You should be able to handle losing one player.
Because they're not gonna call them bottle jobs, or they're not gonna you know what I'm saying? It's as
Like,
simple as that.
They've won
But
3 titles in a row.
Huh?
If you won 3
That's what I'm
titles in a
saying.
row, you can't be bottle jobs.
If you're winning the league for 200, 300 days, and then your main player gets hurt or whatever, your best player, and then you start losing points, and then someone overpasses you by like how many? They're gonna call you. You wouldn't call them bottle jobs just
You're
because.
talking about Arsenal last season?
Yes, I'm saying if City did the same thing, but they lose Rodri, and then they lose whatever points that they can't pick up because they lose Rodri, you're not gonna call them bottle jobs because they won 3 in a row.
Well, I guess yes, but that's like, what are we doing with that scenario?
You're the one.
What are
You're the
we
one
saying?
saying, "Can we call them bottle jobs? They won 3 in a row." You're the one that said that. I just wanted to. It just doesn't.
Well, I mean, in that hypothetical scenario, I would say they bottled the league. I don't know if I'd call them bottled jobs as a club or as a squad because they've won everything already. I mean,
But yeah, anyways, back to what he was saying before. I whatever. But I can concede. Of course, Rodri's your most important player. He does a lot for them. You know what I'm saying? But
I still think they could win if KDB is in the team without Rodri.
And again, there's that.
Yeah,
and
we're fine without KDB. Sorry to interrupt you, Trey. I'm just saying,
go.
It's crazy how we are fine without KDB. Like, obviously we're a better team with him. I could never say that we're better without him, but without Rodri, we've like absolutely capitulated to the point where even I underestimated how badly how badly we would play without him and how important he is to us.
and what's up with Calvin Phillips?
Well, I was just about to talk about that, because
Like, what's up? Why do you still have him in your team?
Right now, we're paying the price for getting a player who he's not good enough to play for City.
He's a family man, bro.
We bought him. I don't know why we bought him. we bought him because he's English. That's the truth. And Pep doesn't even play him when Rodri's out. He doesn't even start him. He doesn't even sub him in.
He put Bernardo in the 6.
No minutes.
He put
Bernardo Silva's playing there, and that's
insane.
a huge problem. It's like, why didn't we not address this in the summer? Huh?
That's on Pep. He could get whoever the fuck.
I wouldn't say it's entirely.
It was
on Pep.
Rice.
I mean, no, it's not. What you think the board?
You're
just,
telling me he
listens to
couldn't? He couldn't have signed anyone else for the
Bro,
past 2 years.
okay,
Last
Pep-
season he played Rodri for like 1 million games, bro. Rodri.
Yeah, because he didn't trust
said
Phillips.
That, I need.
Yeah, but
that's
it's
what I'm
not.
saying.
It's not.
So you
yeah,
knew that
but
was a
it's not-
problem, and you don't. Pick
But it's not
someone
like
else
Pep
up?
could just go to City and be like, "Oh, I want a new defensive midfield," and they would get him. They would get that. It's not.
They
No,
spent
I'm
100
serious.
million
It was right, and then the Rice links. I just want to put that out there. He was gunning for Rice to a certain extent.
Yeah, we wanted.
Wait, Adrian, you think the
Yeah,
city board has the balls to like reject Pep's requests? I'm genuinely asking. I don't
They
know.
don't reject it.
I know
flat
at
out.
Liverpool, like Klopp said
did
that
they spend
they laugh at
100
him
million?
like we're not spending.
How would they
it, but
spend
it's
100
City.
million on Gavardiol this past
Summer.
thing, and they're
It's
not gonna.
because it's not a thing where Pep just goes and says, "I want this player, get him for me." Pep will tell the board, "I'm interested in this player. I could use him." The board says, "We'll do what we can," and that's it. So, in the summer, I think Pep did go to the board and say, I would like a new defensive midfielder." The board wanted Declan Rice. We didn't get him because we didn't want to pay. We weren't willing to pay what Arsenal were going to pay.
Why did you spend that money on Gavardiol? Like, you spent so much money.
I mean, Vardiol is a different. That's just we only spent 100 million on Vardiol. The truth is because we didn't want anybody else to get him, so we wanted to snap him up.
That doesn't make
We didn't
any
even need
sense.
Hey,
Like,
Yeah,
if
but
you
that's
guys
that's
obviously-
entirely different. I don't understand how you're linking this transfer with Guardiola to a defensive
Yeah.
midfielder. That's
Because
not the
No,
way
I
because
think
you're
that-
saying they're not willing to spend money on
Also-
Rice, but then they spend money on
I, no,
like the
I just
Well,
think
because they thought that
Yeah.
Guardiola was worth the money, and they didn't think that Rice was worth the money.
I personally think the
No, I'm not saying I agree with
would-
that.
I
I
would-
don't know. I mean, but that's just
Again,
that's what happened.
I don't want to add the bias thing in there,
I
but the,
don't
but the
know.
player.
I don't think you know
yeah.
that's what happened. That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you know this?
Again, it's all of the speculation, but again, there's the club side, and then there's
It
the
does
player
make
side
sense.
of where they want to go as well. Like City could have very well matched this with that money. Again, they could have did it, or we could have paid a little bit more to make sure incentives were good and all that stuff like
they
that.
could have, yeah.
But the player
just
side
chose
of it
not
is there as well. Again, was it player decision and the club decision? It's two parts that we don't know all about. But all I'm saying is, the fact of the matter is, y'all didn't get the proper replacement for it. You know, and you're in the situation that you are in now. That is what it is. You know. So
no, it's true.
And
It's
Rodgers
true,
not
and
hurt
there was
either.
no.
Yeah.
it was
It's
just
just
his
red card,
actions.
but-
Yeah.
Are you
But if he
concerned,
does get
Adrian?
hurt-
Yeah, are you concerned by like this clear dependence on Rodri? Over dependence?
Yeah, I am. And I don't think we're gonna logically. You would think, yeah, we're gonna do something in January, but we're not because
They're
they
gonna
don't
look
do-
for
they-
Scott McTominay, man. Whatever.
So what makes you say do anything in
Because
Jan?
like City hardly ever sign anybody in January. The board, the way that they work, they hardly ever sign players in the winter. Maybe they might surprise me. I don't think they're gonna do it because that's the way they operate.
But have you ever
as-
had a pressing concern leading into a winter window before? I don't remember that.
I think the
First,
last time
striker?
that the city that City bought went and spent a significant amount of money in January was when we bought Laporte in 2018.
Oh, right.
which
Yeah.
was- That'll be
That
6
was-
years ago.
And that was
January.
around the same time. Well, at least in the same
Yeah,
progression of the season. Where we had
Alvarez, we
back-to-back
bought Alvarez
losses.
in January, but he didn't join the team until the summer.
Yeah.
So we haven't, it's just like I've read reports that City don't like to spend in January because it's just there's a lot of urgency. It's the middle of the season. There's a lot of I guess reactionary pricing for
Price
players.
hikes.
They know what we want. They know what we need. Yeah, exactly. There's just a lot of urgency. There's a lot of teams are pressed for time. So that's what I've read, and it makes sense because we don't seem to buy anybody in January. Now, could they surprise me? Maybe, but I'm not counting on it.
I think it all depends. If he doesn't get, like I said,
Okay.
but the
And
thing is,
it-
if he doesn't get hurt, if he gets hurt, then you guys are fucked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You know
I think
what I'm
I think if he gets hurt,
Yeah.
I think they would seriously consider getting a defensive midfielder in January. But right now, I would say no. It's unlikely.
Yeah.
And it's also not even buying a defensive midfielder, but he's you can't replace Rodri like for like, So
Yeah,
whoever
yeah.
it is going to be a step down. You have to try and get someone in that, I don't know, that
Some
balance
ballpark.
between Calvin Phillips and Rodri. But Calvin Phillips is a good player. He
Yeah.
could start as
Palhinha, no?
number
Yeah,
6
yeah,
for
Palhinha.
80% of Premier League teams.
Yeah, but Pep just
So
don't
who
trust
could you
him.
get in that margin? That's that's a tough
Palhinha.
person to
He
sign.
was trying to leave.
Yeah,
him
Palhinha.
forward.
Palhinha,
Yeah,
maybe,
yeah.
but that's another 80 million off top minimum.
That's
And what-
true. Yeah.
And if you're signing Palhinha, you're signing him at that point straight up to just be an understudy when Rodri's fit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that worth
Yeah,
it?
but-
Yeah,
But
basically.
Rodri
He would-
I
And they were
believe-
gonna do that for anybody though. Anybody that signed, they were gonna
He
do it for
would take
Rice.
the role that Rodri had when Fernandinho was at the club, which was.
But what I'm thinking is
But when Rodri took that role, Fernandinho was
Rodri-
like 33 years old.
is-
But
that's
Rodri
true.
can't.
Yeah.
He
Palhinha
can't
is
be
older
playing
than
every
Rodri.
game, bro. Last season he was playing every game. Carabao, freaking Prem, everything. He was in the starting
no,
lineup.
it's true.
Yeah, because that
know what I'm saying?
shows that Pep didn't trust Calvin Phillips. He just doesn't trust him.
Yeah.
I mean, Calvin Phillips has no future at City. He needs to be sold.
So if
Bro,
you get
hey,
Palhinha
man, let him
just
collect his
to play
wages,
all
man.
those
Let him
games,
get it.
to play all those other games, and then let's say it's an easy game for you guys are up a couple goals. Take Rodri
mean,
out
if-
70th minute and throw Palhinha in, just so he doesn't
Yeah,
get
yeah,
hurt,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's so
If
important.
Palhinha is willing to take that understudy role, then sure. But I mean, I've never seen any links to
Yeah,
Palhinha.
I
Yeah, but I
think
know
it
there's a
has to be
name
young
that could be.
player that you have to almost.
Yeah,
groom.
yeah, a young
If you
player.
bring in someone else, it's going to be the Calvin Phillips situation all over again, where they're a good player, but he's obviously going to prefer Rodri. And then if you're as good of a player as Palhinha is, who knows he can basically go to any other club in the world probably and play pretty much week in week out. To get someone else to basically commit to that, I think you either have to get a young player or an older player who at this point is just kind of looking for trophies. And
But how
kinda-
old is Palhinha?
He's like 28.
He's
like
28.
Yeah.
And some people are fine
If
with that.
he's
but
willing to
if
be
you're
a
that good-
rotational player, then sure, you know.
Yeah, you
But
gotta
then
have
again,
a full
like I
Mateus
could sit here
Nunes
and
is.
tell you a couple of different names. I'm probably not right now, but if I did some research, I'd be like, oh, I think this player would be good. But the truth is, I have no idea what Pep is thinking when he, especially with defensive midfielders,
like
because
a 2-4-7-8 or whatever. Like you never really know with him, like what.
Yeah, no. On top of that, Pep
Galaxy
himself
brain.
was a
In a little
defensive
bit, he's gonna
midfielder.
get rid
He
of
thinks.
the CDM role. He's gonna just
Mm.
play
Maybe
two
John
wing
No,
backs
no,
or
no,
some
no.
shit.
Facts.
There's one thing he'll never do is get rid of the CDM role because Pep was himself was a defensive midfielder. So
He's
like
never played
he-
even when they were Bayern Munich. He played like his fullbacks as CDMs. They did that whole inverted shit with like Lam, and then
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
I've read in places and I've seen that like even in clips where Pep, like the philosophy under Pep is that like he thinks that the defensive midfielder position is the most important position on the pitch. So whichever player
Probably the most
he's
difficult
ever
today.
used or he's wanted, he's always had extreme demands for this player. Like this player is very, very specific. It's not just anybody. And I think Calvin Phillips is a victim of that because, like Shenko said, like Calvin Phillips is a good player. Yeah, he's proven that he's a good player. He plays for England. He was a good player for Leeds.
He's one of the best players in the Euros.
Yeah.
He was like
Yeah,
playing out
but-
of his mind.
But like I said, Pep is just super
Specific about that shit.
He's
Yeah.
super
He's also
especially
had,
with that number 6 role.
Rodri, Busquets, Javi Alonso, like his.
Yeah, and we
choices
think
and-
about and even the players that he
But he needs to get a
molded
Spanish
into that.
CDM.
He molded
for
into
real.
that, like Lam.
Yeah,
Right? Like,
Philip Lam,
like
yeah.
you know, at Bayern, he
Something freaky
recognized
about
that
that,
Lam.
man.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah, but
there has to
he-
be something behind this that we don't know, man. Like
No,
there's
it's
a
just-
different world
it's
or
just
something.
the
that
ball head.
he's just super like he recognized that Lam had the passing range and the reading of the game to play in that position. So that's when he started doing this thing where Lam would come in and play that defensive midfield position from right back and all this stuff, all this crazy stuff. I mean,
Now that I
But yeah.
think about it, imagine what Pep does to that video of Rodri scoring the UCL final, bro. I don't even want to think about it, bro.
Change the subject.
His kids and like
Yeah.
everyone's
No,
out of the
it's true,
house,
bro.
bro. Like
Yeah, the love he has for
Yeah.
Rodri is
it's been a long
I told
time, but
everyone
even
that CDM position is the most important. No one believed me. And he's just going crazy at that video. I know it.
like, you know that meme of Dexter where it's like where he's like touching things like stun on these hoes.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
Pep with a thing of Rodri, bro. Just like every night, man.
Oh shoot.
yeah, I mean, like, I don't know who to even suggest right now. I haven't done enough of my research because it's only now over the last 2-3 weeks I'm like thinking like, wow, we really need to get a good replacement for, I guess a substitute for Rodri whenever he's out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Well,
concerning.
Mateus
It
Nunes,
is
man.
very concerning.
That's
Yeah,
what,
long
that's
may-
what
long
you
may
gotta
continue.
consider.
I actually thought Mateus Nunes was gonna play
He's
number
pretty
6 in
good,
his
bro.
game.
I feel like he-
Yeah,
He's pretty
but
good.
I mean,
not-
the
he's
thing
not
is,
that
Pep
type of
hasn't used him
controller,
there.
though.
He's
If-
not
Yeah,
that.
that's what I'm
Pep
saying.
is-
It's a difference.
He's more prone. He's more prone to progressing the ball attacking.
Yeah.
than Nunes or Kovacic or any of these players.
But
and
Nunes
clearly
is
he
cold,
doesn't rate
bro.
them.
Yeah,
Nunes
he's a
is
good player.
cold, though.
He's a good player, but I don't
But he's
think
not.
that's
He's
him.
not that 6.
It's not his. It's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, he's
but
trying
it's
to
not-
drive
He
forward.
can play the
That's
six,
that's
but
not his
like
temperament.
Rodri.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
think it's his temper. He might need somebody like
It's like kind of like
next to him.
Casemiro.
Yeah.
Even like Casemiro. Like Casemiro's never gonna play like Rodri plays.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's just they're both play the CDM role, but completely different. Same thing with Conte. They play that CDM role, but completely different than Rodri.
Yeah.
Which is crazy how they all these players play the same position, but still
But
play
it
completely
wildly different
than
and
one
wildly
another.
different systems. Yeah, no, I agree. But again, all that
Yeah.
to
Trey, what you
say,
gotta say?
all that to
What you gotta
say,
say?
you know
I
what I'm
would say
saying?
to cap off. I want
Alright,
to
let
cap
him go,
off
let him go.
what I was saying real quick though. This loss it reminds me a lot of what we lost to Liverpool last season. I think it was like in September. It was early in the season. I think we had already dropped a few points, and it was not looking good for us. I think about that. It was
That
the game
Cancelo
where
downfall match.
Cancelo made the mistake and that began his downfall. Yeah. So it just I don't know. I felt like after I was so disappointed after that game, and I was very disappointed after this one too. But I just think there's a long season ahead. The season changes so much.
Oh, for
and
sure.
it's crazy when you think about it. Because at the beginning of last season, we were still using Cancelo in that inverted defensive midfield role, and then we went through about I think 3-4 different tactical systems before March around that time, that's where we began our run. So I'm not gonna say oh yeah we're gonna again, but I'm just maintaining in my head that the season is long. There's a lot of things that are going to change. I'm for one, I'm not going to overreact. Yeah, there's things that I'm concerned about. It was a bad performance, but
No,
I mean,
I don't
we
want you to
just gotta
overreact. I
believe,
want
you know?
someone specifically here to overreact, like they did about other teams. But Trey, you could move on. You could talk about it.
Let
I know
me
you
say
want
this
to.
again.
All right, here we go for 15 minutes.
Yeah, you did. You did right,
Start the clock, Chase.
I
Yeah,
need
you
all
know
the.
what's funny?
I
It was
got it
funny.
too.
I don't even think he could talk for 15 because, like, I'll just say right now,
I started Trey even though
Arsenal,
Adrian's talking.
they defended very well, but I don't think they performed that. They were like amazing, you know.
And honestly, I don't think we were hit peak performance as well because of, even though the fact you guys had Rodri out, we didn't have Bukayo Saka out. And again, in these City games, he's the usual person that, again, gets us going when in terms of us attacking. He sets the pace. When the ball comes out to him on an outlet, he's the one that usually progresses things and at least moves the ball forward a little bit quicker. Let me speak generally. With all that stuff that he just said, they still lost 1-0. So let me just soak it in because we finally won.
Yeah.
Let me just get that right there, bruh. It's been since 2015 in the league, 8 years. I was still in high school. It pisses me off.
Yeah, you age yourself, bro.
I don't care, bro. They can. That's fine, bro. I'm young, still young, forever young.
There's
you know what I'm
4
saying?
years he doesn't know if you're a freshman, if he was a senior. They don't know,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, that's facts.
4 years
The last time Arsenal beat us
In the
He could've
league.
been a
was
super
in the
senior.
league.
He could have been a
time.
super senior.
Who
man.
scored in that game? I remember this game. It was December
Santi.
2015. Santi Cazorla, right?
Yeah, it was Santi.
I
Yeah,
remember.
man.
I remember that was the game where Yaya scored that insane goal.
Why do I have like a memory of like Giroud scoring?
Giroud
Did he?
scored. I think he
It
did in that
was
game
Giroud.
too. Giroud scored in that
Was it
game.
It was Giroud.
Yeah.
I remember Yaya Toure scored
scored
one of
the
the most
winner.
insane goals
Yeah,
that's
ever.
what I
and
had in
it's
my
just-
mind.
it's
Yeah, Giroud
just
scored the winner.
totally forgotten because we lost that game. That was like, I think I'll send it to you guys.
Yeah.
It was an insane finish.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember his goal off the top of my head. But again, this is the mental barrier that we had to break. We have been breaking hoodoos little by little over the past season or so, and this was the biggest one we've broken yet. We just needed to, for just not even from a football perspective, just from a mentality perspective. Not only can we hang with City, but we can focus up enough to make luck go our way. I don't care what anybody says. We matched City. We did, and we have beforehand. I don't care. Laugh if you want, Gene. Laugh if you want, Brody. I'm gonna speak. I want to speak, bro. Listen. I think from a tactical perspective, we did match City. I think we played it very, very well. The game looked dead at a lot of times because I feel like we canceled each other out very well. It could be due to the absences. It could be due to a lot of different things, but we held it down very, very, very well. What we didn't have last season was the ability to focus and control when the pressure was on. The way City pressed us in times before, we could have crumbled and made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? Again, us at the Emirates last season, Gabriel making a mistake, and, you know, the terrible back pass opening things up or something like that could have happened.
You guys made so many mistakes though, especially
Right, those riot
No,
passes.
there was
Like,
risk.
there was a lot of
No, there was definite risk, and that was true. That was true. That we had luck was involved to a certain degree, and that's on both sides. But I think with us especially, there was. But the fact that we stayed, we didn't let it go to our heads. We didn't let the occasion of it get a hold of us. We didn't get too emotional, and we kept moving to the game plan. We kept in the fight. That's what we wanted from a basis in these City games from day one. Just be able to stay in the fight, not make your own mistake, don't get consumed by the occasion, and just play, have that platform to move forward. On that side, needed that
The
just
thing
to
is,
show.
okay,
Go
like,
ahead, please.
I feel like symbolically the things you're saying
I want to talk
sound
about
great.
Yeah.
They sound
Yeah.
great, but don't you think in that first half, they were letting the occasion get to them? They looked so
No.
nervous.
I no. In the first,
You guys should have been like at least maybe 2 goals down in the first 15 minutes.
in the
of
first,
in the
and
game.
again, whatever's not scored, I can't count. But you're probably right. And again,
Listen,
and
I didn't even want to talk about that.
Like, I
ahead.
just don't know how much has changed from Arsenal. Cause I watching that match,
go ahead.
if Kevin De Bruyne is on the pitch, City's scoring. Like, that's just the way I see it. Like,
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
last season, the Tomiyasu mistake, just ruthless, just like that's the
I
stuff
agree.
he brings in these matches. So I mean, like, of course, like if buts and maybes, bring up that DT quote, but like, I don't know how much you can take from it other than the symbolic.
Yeah,
You know,
I-
like
that's what I wanted to say.
like exercising that demon of Pep City, we've done that.
yeah. And to me, the thing is like I understand, like if we haven't beat the team since like 2015 and we beat them in the league, like whatever, I'll be hyped too. at the end of the day, that's literally the worst performance offensively by City statistically ever. With
but again,
that's at them at you'll never play them as bad as you did again. So I want to see like when you guys go to the FBI. You said you were gonna tie. You're gonna get 4 points from City in the league this season.
I'm gonna stand on it. I'm gonna stand on business.
You know what I'm saying? If you guys get touched like you guys did last season,
then this is moot. But I'm gonna say I just feel like this was a slight deviation from what we saw beforehand. We again in games and fixtures prior against City, there was points where again we did bobble. We are gonna run the risk. You're playing City. You're playing the best team in the fucking world at this point. You're gonna run the risk to play against them at some point. You know, you have to play dangerous. We have to play dangerous. We're gonna try and bait them in. We're gonna try and find openings. Again, play out from the back, all that good jazz. And those things may happen. And I will agree with you. There was points where there was nervousness, even in David Raya, which I said the only difference between him and Ramsdale is the level of confidence and assurance. He didn't look confident in that first half, and that's why some things were looking wild. But he grew into the game, especially in that second half. In the first half, I can give you guys all that. You know, I can agree with you to the moon. The second half, I think, was very, very much different.
Brother was playing like De Gea, bro.
At some points, I can give you that because he was nervous. That's probably the biggest. That's the biggest game he's played in his life, probably. Again,
he almost did a Zach Steffen.
Yo, he almost pulled a Petr check. He almost pulled a Petr check if the pass went to the other goal. He almost did. He almost did with Alvarez on his ass. It was close. It was close, but we rolled through the storm and we held some level of control. Even though sometimes the ball wasn't on our side, we held it down. We didn't make any stupid mistakes, and we kept control of as much as we possibly could. When we were on the ball, we were off the ball, especially. I think off the ball work was very underrated in that game across. And then the thing that changed the game, the intensity, us being able to turn up the heat in the second half. We didn't have Martinelli or Bukayo Saka starting. No Bukayo Saka to again apply pressure in the press and two on the attack. When Martinelli came on, you saw a switch flicked. Everything was intense. Man-to-man press was on nonstop, and I feel like that's where all the problems started to arise. I'm not gonna lie. Kyle Walker was chilling with Trossard. Trossard wasn't really doing much. I could be honest.
I still think Trossard should have stayed in, and Nketiah should have gone out. I think Trossard should have gone to the center forward role.
I agree, but they also said that there was a slight hiccup with his injury. His hamstring was acting up. Yeah.
That's what I figured.
But if it wasn't, I agree, because Nketiah wasn't getting the most out of that game. I think he was just getting marked out. He wasn't making the right runs. He was clogging up certain spaces where, like in the first half, he got into a ball when he was offside when Odegaard could have easily got to that. Like he wasn't the most in the game. Out of the whole squad, he's probably the most out of it. But as soon as Martinelli came on, you saw Kyle Walker was chilling first half. Second half, he had the spider sense. He was high alert. The intensity was different. The man-to-man press was on. Just things started to happen, and again, we kept control, and it just built till something goes our way. And what happens when it goes our way in the last minute? Havertz is in the building. Havertz is in the building. Listen. I gotta run the agenda. The agenda's gotta run. I'm sorry. King Kai, what's happening?
The agenda should be that every single one of us on this podcast could have made that pass.
That's the agenda. And the funniest thing is that you were expecting him to control it better. Yeah. Goal. Yeah, that's what everyone thought was going to happen. Havertz going to actually score?
No.
And then no, he
was looking down. He was looking this way the whole way. But that's
better touch. He could have gone.
But that's the thing. Okay, this is my thing about Havertz. In times where last season we looked like we could blitz teams and blow them away, I feel like we didn't know how to control that level of attack or that potency of attack. I think that in those areas that Havertz showed, he can actually help by slowing the game down in certain actions. If he didn't slow it down a little bit and lay it off, he didn't provide some reprieve or you know what I'm saying, not trying to speed it up. Because if it was Nketiah right there, he would have did exactly what you described. He would have tried to turn, shoot, and do something wild. But the fact of him slowing down the game just a little bit and having the vision to see Martinelli behind him, make the run up and lay it off, that goal doesn't happen. So you gotta give credit to where credit is due with Arteta for making that change and showing that Havertz can come in and control the game and again just help see things through. Yes, he did. From that goal.
The game.
Yes, he helped control the game. I will stand on that. From the goal he assisted to afterwards, from the balls over the top, again, just great touches of getting past the back line, holding it down. Tempo was very, very solid after the goal. We controlled the rest of the game after that. You can look at the whole last few minutes. The one thing that we didn't show after, but again, so what happened? What would happen last season? More often than not, we would have been in trouble. They would have had the ball. Something I would feel fear.
That's what I'm saying. They had no danger, bro. They had no.
Yeah, City were
They had freaking no danger. Doku came in and he was getting nutmegged by Ben White.
Count Dooku, my man was imaginary, bro.
At least he was trying though, man.
Yeah, listen, I'm not gonna lie.
It doesn't matter.
At least
You gotta do a lot
my
more.
man had to swap
when Pep took
wings.
Alvarez off, he took out any sort of threat we had. That was
You gotta
a
do a lot
shocking
more than
substitution.
try.
Hey, listen.
This is a horrible substitution.
Hey, listen. I'm just saying that I think again it was. I think we do deserve some plaudits for holding this City team to some of these marks. Again, it was the lowest shot total he's had in how many years? That I think ever four shots or two shots. Like again,
it was also a Galaxy Brain Pep game too.
And again,
I mean, it was.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
Bernardo
was-
Silva CDM. We didn't have a right winger. I mean, what the? I don't even know what.
Yeah, this
Foden
was
supposed to
Champions
do.
League knockout match. Pep.
Yeah.
This was another Galaxy. There was a Galaxy Brain session.
I
I
agree.
didn't think he would do it.
There
But it
was-
was crazy. I was
there
like,
was
what
a
the
lot
hell?
of-
What am I watching?
there
man?
was so much
No
that I didn't.
wingers.
I feel like they were
Foden's
trying
just
to.
running around.
I feel like they were trying to
Conor
counterwrite
Gallagher
each
out
other.
there, bro.
I feel like they were trying to like counteract each other. They were like super like in their minds. Because
I
again,
know as soon as
I
they
didn't
see
expect
the lineups,
Jorginho
like,
starting.
they look at each other and start like smiling or some
laughing.
bullshit.
Because I know for me,
No, that's
I
when
would
they have
have
that telepathic
never.
like.
I would have never expected
just like-
Jorginho
it's
to
like,
start.
I know what you're thinking. It's like, no, I know what he's thinking.
Facts. They sit there
Everything
just
was
like
Death Note, bro. That Ellen Light tennis match.
for real,
Yeah,
just
like-
sitting next to each other in the
Yeah,
auditorium, just
Yeah, just
I know
700
it's him.
steps of. But if I think this, then he'll think that. But he thinks I'm thinking that. So
yeah, facts, bro. It's
Don't
all
put
this.
Ronaldo
I
number
wasn't even
6.
thinking at all.
It's the mental rigmarole, man. But listen. All I will say is like I think
Jorginho starting that game was wild. And he was
unexpected.
playing-
But again,
Right, with Partey on the bench.
sometimes on the ball, bro. Like when he gets pressed a little
scary,
bit.
scary.
It's scary, man.
Again, sometimes you have to ride the luck a little bit, but he helped the game immensely. The 70 minutes he played outside that yellow card,
Oh, yeah.
he played it immensely, man. Again,
Yeah, can we talk about Kovacic?
Oh yeah, no,
Oh my
let's get
God.
to that real quick. Yeah, let's get to
That
that.
was the most,
Look,
it just made me think about the Curtis Jones shit from last week. It was like, if that's a red card, how this is not a 3 times that? I mean, there is no way
on
that you
two
can
different
lose
players.
that.
Yes.
You got my man. You got
And
my
then
man
he
Declan
gets
trying to
the
arch his
yellow.
back.
The first one should have been a straight red. That was
Yes,
the
and
simplest
that's what I'm
straight
saying.
red
But
I've
the
ever
second
seen.
one is it should be
Even worse.
Clear your
Bro.
second yellow. Oh.
That was
Kovacic's
worse
first
than
foul.
Buda.
His first foul was worse than Curtis Jones' foul against Bissouma last week. His second foul was worse than Jota's second yellow last week. So there were 2 ends. He should have got 2 orange cards, let alone 2 yellows. And somehow he stays on the pitch, bro. It's now. Don't get me started. You guys talk about it.
No, listen, I'm
I
telling
can
you.
rant for days.
And you know, again, a part of me is super disgusted because again, how can this inconsistency reign in the Premier League for so long? It makes no sense how one things are allowed one week and then no other refs look at any of the other games and just go off their own stupid mind state, because this again, the inconsistency is disgusting. It's bad. Kovacic should not have been on for the rest of that game. He's lucky he got subbed off, to his lucky stars, honestly. But another part of me is slightly happy that he didn't get sent off, because I think it would have been this win
held that
would have
out.
been fully discredited. We would have fully got discredited if he got sent off. I ain't gonna
no,
lie.
he always says
Yes,
that
we
in
would have.
hindsight.
It wouldn't be
No,
I wouldn't have discredited that shit.
I would have taken the win, but everybody else online would have been
Nah,
like,
you
no,
know those bums
they got
on
sent
Twitter would be
off.
saying,
Yeah,
like-
they got sent
Yeah, they would
off.
be talking.
10
Of course,
men.
that's only
Da, 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 da.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the
That's no
scrubs.
discredit, bro. If,
Yeah,
they're,
no.
if they're playing with 10 men, it's their fault. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
agree.
don't give a
I
fuck,
agree.
you
But
know what
I'm just prefacing for the folks on the internet.
There's
You know
no
what I'm saying? For
making
you.
win.
Yeah.
If
But
the other team gets a red card, that's on their dumbass, especially if it's a warranted red card. Not
Yeah,
some
red like
bullshit.
that. That is the most blatant 2 yellow red card I've ever seen.
If
And-
Beckham got that red card, bro, let's go back a couple years. Beckham, red card on Diego Simeone, man. And
you were to the
then
'98 World Cup.
yeah. And then we see almost 30 years later, freaking Kovacic.
Bro, man said 30 years later.
Man.
Some people here were born in that year, man.
That's like almost 30. Guess
man,
what?
he's ageless.
That's 25 years ago. So pay attention.
Easy.
But hey, listen, all I'm saying is, again, the refs fucking disgrace, absolute fucking disgrace. I don't understand how much inconsistency. It just makes no sense from week to week.
In the Newcastle game with Bruno Guimaraes.
Facts, and we can switch over to that in a little bit as well. But like, all I gotta say is, I think Arteta. He was in the dog fight and he showed up. He finally got one up on his teacher, man. He got one up on one of his teachers. Let's be real. He finally got his, and a massive credit. He coached a really good game, and I think the players stood to him, man. They came. They were accounted for. I can go back into it, man. I'll give the credit where credit's due. Saliba and Gabriel. Listen. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Holland has scored goals previously. Whatever. That is what it is. But I'm pretty sure Holden was involved in one of them joints, and in the other one, it was a mistake by Gabriel. And that was for a Grealish assist. That had nothing to do with it. But let me just say this generally. In this game, let me speak on this game. That man had not a sniff, and most of that was down to Gabriel and William Saliba. Those guys are absolute dogs, colossal. Not a mistake made, stood in the face of whatever danger, defensively, offensively. These guys are monsters. I'm over the moon happy that that's my center back pairing. That's my center back partnership. Fantastic players, stood 10 toes down, man, stood on business. Absolutely love it. Again, Jorginho, big credit to him. Ben White, again, all he needed was one rest in the midweek, and he looked like he was back to his best. He looked really, really sharp. I give some love to him. Who else was in the team? Gabriel Jesus on that right wing. We all talked that he's
first half was
so bad.
But again, in the second half, I feel like this guy he hit another gear. I feel like he was trying to play a little bit more timid, because again, like, he tried to be, again, in the soccer role, you're trying to progress the ball a little bit. I feel like he didn't do that much in the first half, but the second half, I feel like, again, with balls over the top from Raya and all stuff like that, just being involved in the play, he turned up second half. I think he turned up very well second half.
You saw Rice was fed up with him at one point when he was refusing to cut it back in the box.
Also true,
was dancing in the Garincha.
That was. And you just reminded me, Declan fucking Rice, worth every penny. I'm sending Arsenal. If y'all gotta go fund me or PayPal, let me send some extra dollars your way. Let me send some more money to you. I'll send 10 more. He might need it. I don't know. This guy's worth his weight in gold. Some of the tackles that this guy made. The one with Nunes was just like a clearing away for a couple seconds. Man just caught up, stamped it, grabbed it right back, and was out the other way. He did that multiple times. Declan Rice, absolutely world class.
He's just the perfect archetype of what a DM should be in the Premier League.
He's the constant for us now. He's the bar for us now. Everything we do. Progressing when Partey came in, he started progressing the ball and moving up and down the pitch in the left center mid spot in the 8 slot. He
played the 8 at West Ham a lot of times.
Again, yeah, he did. Again, with Souček, again, he slided in as normal in the first half when he played as a 6 and helped to shield everything as normal. Defensively, offensively, team spirit, motivation as a leader, he is everything we needed to take us to that next level. He showed it, bro. And he hasn't had a bad performance this whole season so far. I think that was one of his best. Clearly, he just absolutely showed out, bro. He showed why he's one of them ones, man. And I'm happy. I'm so proud of this team, man. Even the subs, man. Tomiyasu was playing as a target man. Tomiyasu was playing as a damn target man second half, and he was getting some shit done. Bro, come on, man.
Quick question.
Love it.
I'm not joking. Or
go ahead.
Did Grealish get subbed in, or did he play the whole match?
I don't know.
I'm not, you think?
I think he got subbed in. He got subbed in.
He didn't play at all.
Oh no, he didn't. Okay, damn. Okay, cool. All right.
No.
Yeah, it was Foden on the left or left.
Okay.
Whatever.
No, I'm really good. I saw him
okay.
I saw the tussling with Ben White, so I didn't know if he was mad at him at the game.
Oh yeah, what was the thing after the match?
Let me explain.
Was
let me explain. So basically,
he was there.
Ben White was antagonizing some folks on the pitch. He did fuck with Foden a little bit on the pitch because Ben White's a little prick, but I love it about it though. We need some shithousery. But
he doesn't do it to Rashford.
That's
Rashford owns that guy, bro.
Yeah, bogey ground, man. Don't worry, man. Let the PR get it. But for that situation, basically after the game, it was the set piece coach Nicholas Jover for us, and he used to be at City. And then so I guess maybe in previous matches or whatever, it was like beef or whatever, they tried to mess with him. But he went up to Walker to go try and shake his hand, and Walker he walked off. And then I don't know if they were saying something back and forth, but Walker got mad and he got right up to Nicholas Jover's face, and Holland came up right behind him and they was talking mad shit to him. And then the staff broke it up. They was doing all this shit and pushed both of the City players down the tunnel. But they was heated. They was heated post match. Let's keep it a stack, bro. One back-to-back loss and it's looking peak for them. But I think Nicholas Jover did antagonize him a little bit. But
they three-peated.
They put the three
PLs.
Hey, listen.
That's crazy.
Carabao and 2 EPL games.
All I'm saying is, man, they're looking a little salty right now because the game was close and we just came out on the better side. It is what it is. But all in all, it was a fantastic result. I think it's something that we need, a psychological barrier. Also, shout out to Martinelli. Anybody who doubted that boy, you're stupid. He's one of the ones. Anyways,
wait, if people did doubt him, is that deflected goal going to change anything?
Huh? No, that even outside of the goal, I'm sorry. Again, with how he came on in the second half, he was everywhere. I'm sorry, with the amount that he intensified the press, with the amount that he attacked Walker and just opened things up. Again, that goal doesn't happen without his involvement, obviously. But again, just overall, where we actually stuck in and controlled parts of that game and like stayed in the fight and had some composure in the game, we need people to create chaos and up the tempo. But Kyle Saka is one of those players. Martinelli is one of those players. There are two main people who up the intensity and make shit happen in the attacking third and just speed things up when we need to speed things up. And the importance of his role cannot be understated. The importance of him and his team cannot be understated. He's one of them ones. Just as much as with Kyle Saka star boy, that motherfucker star boy. And people need to understand that. Acknowledge that. No Roman Reigns. Real shit. But
yeah, no, I agree.
I'm just happy we finally got one over. We can kick on. I don't think we fully clicked yet. Again, injuries have been happening in and out the season. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I would like to see?
Go ahead.
Was like Declan Rice play like the lone six and then Fabio Vieira in that game. Because at the end of the day, like I feel like that would have been so much more dangerous for you guys, especially with the way that City were playing. Like you guys didn't need, like, you know, saying Jorginho and Declan. My opinion, I feel you guys would have just been more dangerous.
I hear it, but I feel like the first half was definitely a containment job to where we wanted to keep it settled, keep it as controlled as possible, and also like again as City were coming through, we want to cut off any passing lane that they get. I feel like a lot of that first half was like, yo, we want to get Jorginho, just get into safe spots, try and cut everything off, crunch down if we need to, and get numbers to where they're strong. And you know what I'm saying? At least as they attack to set up.
But Fabio Vieira, I think he could do.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like he could do.
I agree.
Jorginho at the end of the day, bro, that guy has like negative legs. At
No,
this point
100%. No,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't.
Thiago legs.
And I don't disagree with you, but I feel like the theme of the day was 70% control, 30% chaos. The theme of that game was 70% control, and Jorginho does bring you control, whether his legs are noodles or not. He does actually bring that still. So I think he was necessary for that. Like as soon as we regain the ball, slow down a little bit, reassess, and then keep going. Like again, Arteta came in the press. Hey, that's way over. That's fucking crazy. But hey, this is what. Hey, I'm sorry. This is like one of 3 times this season. I'm gonna deny it. Absolutely. But Arteta even said, he told Raya specifically, stay as much time as you want on the ball to control it, look at the situation, and go forward. He was coaching patience for that game. So that's what it was. But all in all,
talking 20 plus minutes on the most dead game I've ever watched.
Hey,
no. That was just on the Arsenal half of that game. I didn't start the timer until Trey started talking.
Yeah.
Before that.
Hey, man. Don't worry about that. But all I gotta say is 1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0 to the Arsenal. We actually did it. Let's kick on. Let's hope everybody's back healthy after the break. Let's do some damage, man. That's all I got to say.
Can someone answer a question for me? What team scored the most goals in this game week?
Oh, my God.
A little fun fact for you guys.
We can transition to that next game, then.
Which team played the bottom of the league? Which team played the worst?
Just some guesses. Everton scored 3. That's pretty good. Not the top. Brighton, Liverpool both scored 2. Man United scored 2 somehow. Kind of slipped by there. Fulham scored 3.
Was it a blue club?
It was.
Everton.
The game was at Turf Moor.
Oh,
Another hint.
it was Chelsea. It was Chelsea.
It was. And
Just let him talk about it.
All right, instead of talking about the blue
Get
team, you guys
over
want to talk about Burnley instead?
Talking about
I think that'd be more
11
interesting, to be honest.
Right, it would be.
Nah.
I would like to stay on this subject because Chelsea are now 3-0 in their last 3 games, including 2 away wins, a win against mighty Brighton, and obviously I wasn't here last week, so I haven't been able to.
We're talking about Carabao team.
Yeah,
right now?
coming from Chase, too.
Yes, out of all the people to talk about Carabao, you want to talk about it.
We can't chat about Carabao.
That was a confidence builder. That was a floodgate opening.
All right, let's just pretend that game didn't happen. Let's move on to the next one.
So,
Yes, so you beat Burnley, and what was the other team you beat? And
Fulham.
Fulham.
And that's where
Side.
you want to flex. What did I tell you, bro? You should humbly accept these wins, man, because
Have you looked at
the
this-
next
have you
6
looked at the
games, you're
table?
done.
Have you looked at the table? There's only 1.7. Again, Mud Brothers. We'll go right back to this. Like, I mean, if you would have lost, you were 6 minutes away from being.
If I was a
You were
better
6
player, I would
minutes
play
away from
professionally.
being
If
in
I did this, if I won the
12th
lottery,
place.
if this, there
Oh,
was
sorry,
no ifs. We
13th
won the
place.
game. No ifs.
13th. You were 6 minutes away from 13th place.
And
Why are we
and
talking about
are we
United right
there?
now? Okay, are we moving on from Burnley, Chelsea? We're done?
Nah, yeah,
We're
cook,
done.
Chase. Don't let them bait
No,
you. Don't
we're
let them
moving on
bait
to
you.
who's
Cook.
been worse this season between Burnley. I mean, I'm sorry, Chelsea.
Nah,
and Man-
cook.
He was
Chase does this
discrediting-
himself. I'm trying to
No,
help
you were
him, but
discrediting a great performance,
oh
another
my
Jakarta
god.
goal. Cole Palmer taking the reins, showing
Jakarta.
that he is the next big thing at the club, having the balls to take that penalty. Not everyone can do that. Raheem the Dream still firing on all cylinders. Only 1 goal scored against. I mean, obviously it sucks
Against
to not have a
Burnley.
main guy.
The worst
Trent's not in that,
offense
but-
in the league. By the way.
Yep.
You only play who's in front of you.
Well, okay.
So
Chelsea's nightmare run begins after the international
Oh my
break. So I
God.
think this is where we're gonna really see.
No,
Right.
let him have it.
Fucking
I
win,
said
yeah.
he should have humbly accepted
my
these
opinion.
like wins, like just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you know.
yeah. We'll let him cook
But
for
I'll
now.
let him.
No, but
Yeah,
I'll give Chelsea. I'll give Chelsea congratulations. That was an impressive win, especially because I was watching that match and before the first goal went in from
Why
that
were you watching that match, by the way?
because I thought it was like there could be drama
gonna be
coming out
fun.
of it. There would be when
There
Burnley
was,
took the
they were
lead.
down 1-0.
When Burnley took the lead, I was like, oh yeah, I chose the right match to watch in this slot. And and Chelsea just looked just dead. I don't remember if I said it to you guys in the group chat, but I was like, man, Chelsea's right side with Cucurella right back, Cole Palmer right wing. You have 2 inverted left footers playing on the right hand side. It just everything was just going. Like there was a sequence where Thiago Silva had the ball, pass to Disasi, pass to Cucurella, then just back again. Like you were like trying to stat pad your passing numbers. It was like I'm not even exaggerating, maybe 2-3 minutes of just that. And I was like, man, what? And they were 1-0 down. I was like, what are they doing here? What is like? What's Pochettino trying to do? Where's the build-up play? Like, where's the progression? But then after that own goal went in, Chelsea just, I don't know if it was a confidence thing or they just got into a groove. But impressive win at the end. Like I'll have to say, like you said, you can only beat what's in front of you.
Yeah.
And for what was in front of them, I thought they handled it really well.
The Jackson goal was good.
Oh yeah, it was good.
Jackson
That
goal was
the striker's
cold,
goal.
actually. I was about
No,
to
it's
say.
impressive. It's still an impressive win. I mean,
even-
Chelsea's biggest thing was not being able to score goals, right?
Facts.
So if they're like, this is still a Premier League team they're scoring 4 goals against. So like it's progress.
Even
I
Nico
thought we
Jackson
said
was
they
surprised he
weren't
scored
a
that
Premier
shit.
League team.
No, I
we
wasn't
said
including
Luton.
Burnley. I was talking about Sheffield and Luton.
Talking about Sheffield and Luton.
When I did it, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Burnley might be worse than both of them, though.
Bro,
Yeah,
honestly,
Burnley might be worse than both.
I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah.
bro. Yo, your
We have
boy,
to revisit
nah,
that.
your boy,
company's
company's
thinking,
struggling.
And I mean, I thought he would make up for his negative aura. That like the fact that he wears a suit with a baseball.
Oh my God,
I was
that
like,
fit
wait, what's
is
going on? Like Vinny,
that
I don't know
fit
what's
is-
going on there, Vinny. But come on, man. No, you cannot show
that
up with
fit
a
is
suit
awful.
and a baseball cap.
It's embarrassing,
and then
bro. He's
stink
like-
up the place, bro. Like if you
He's
got
like trying to find the balance
the way
between
that
Klopp and
Luton-
Klopp and Mourinho.
Listen, the way that Luton Town are beating them by goal differential right now, and they're not in 18th place is crazy, man. Company should be absolutely ashamed of himself, bro. The way that
Bro,
he's been. Oof.
They just he's
Stinky. And the thing is, we expected them to
Yeah.
like do something. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I
I'm
thought
so
that
disappointed with
they'd be
what-
way better off.
Burnley
Honestly,
like won the championship. They finished in first by
they
like
clear by
Oh,
country
yeah.
miles.
Yeah, they destroyed it.
15 points.
Yeah.
It was insane. Yeah.
I think
And
I
now they're
predicted
just-
them to
just
finish like
thinking.
15th in the
Yeah.
league. I mean, which they still might, but it's been very bad.
Oof.
Dog,
I mean,
nah.
very
yeah, I
bad.
mean, we're very early into the thing. At the end of the day, like United and Chelsea are only like 5 points behind like third place. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's still early into the
But I think it's just
so,
the way they're losing. 4-1 to
Yeah, they're
Chelsea,
just-
5-2 to
Yeah.
Tottenham, 3-0 to City, right? Like,
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, they did beat Luton Town in the midweek game.
It's
so,
just
like, at
the
least
worst they could possibly get for a
they got
team
3
that
points.
like that. They're for a team that's trying to play attacking football. They're not scoring goals and they're
I
just
thought they were going to be. I think I
conceding.
predicted them to be like 14th.
Wait,
Yeah, I think we all predicted them to have a very good season. And
I don't think I had them way too high. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe I did.
I
them,
consider like 15th as a
Yeah.
very good
Yeah,
season.
yeah,
for
yeah.
I had-
me.
I had them on the
Maybe I
upper
did.
side of
That's what I'm
15.
saying. I don't remember off the top of my head. Maybe
Yeah,
I did
just not get
13th,
relegated.
14th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think they were
Yeah,
gonna get
but
relegated.
They just dog. Yeah,
if you're beating a team like Chelsea 1-0, you're a newly promoted team. Why didn't they park the bus? What did they do? I don't understand.
It's
Nah,
not. That's
company
not.
won't.
They
That's
probably
not
should
company's
have,
way.
but companies the
It's
Pep
like
disciples.
20
Well,
It's
he
another
should
big
fucking learn a different fucking way then, because it's obviously not gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
When you have
if you're
great attacking players, it's hard to. You can't really stop them. It's just kind of inevitable. So.
Shh.
Is what it is. We can talk about McTitty now. I mean,
Mm.
United Saviors. He should have a statue. I mean, he should definitely have a statue for the Ten Hag's house at this.
Nah,
point.
he's not McCity this week. He's
Nah,
McSauce.
yeah, nah,
he had the upgrade.
no crazy
Yep.
comments, no
That was that
McTom,
Fellaini
no McTom and
appearance,
Jerry,
man.
no none of that,
That was
bro.
a Scottish Fellaini appearance, man.
The definition of
This is
super sub
something-
this week.
again.
Talk about saving a club. I mean, man,
Ten Hag needs to make him dinner for the
Listen,
next couple of days,
he
bro.
needs to start. He
Facts,
needs
bro.
to give him a start just to say thank you.
Chase, this
Bacon,
is what
egg, and cheese.
This is a thing you wouldn't understand. Player since 5 years old, staying with the club until now. You know what I'm saying? Watching documentaries of a legend, Beckham, and just living that. Like, unfortunately, you guys create
you were
people and
playing
stuff, and then
Brentford,
you give
right?
them away to your rivals. You know, like Mason Mount. You guys have these guys come from your base, and you just throw them away. Unfortunately, you guys will
Declan
never
Rice.
know what. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just
Mo
give these
Salah.
guys away.
Like John Terry
Lukaku.
or
A player, a Scottish player, out of all people, 5 years old with the club. Scottish. I'm talking about him and Sir Alex. Sir Alex's wife just passed away the
Rest
day
in
prior.
peace.
You know what I'm saying? And then a Scottish player to come on. Everyone, game was dead. We were freaking again. It was another game. We had like 70% possession. We just can't freaking do anything with it. Like, we're controlling the game. We get scored on, whatever, and we just can't have anything. Some guy gets subbed in minute 87. No one thinks anything. I'm surprised Chase didn't send a text saying, "Imagine Ten Hag looks at his bench and he subs in
Needs-
Scott McTominay or something." Yeah.
I've
Mm.
learned my lesson.
I was expecting that, you know. He comes in. Minute 90, we score a goal. Offside. Martial.
When that happened, I was like,
Oh.
this is gonna be a good day. Like, this is a good day.
You know what I'm saying? We score, it's offside, fucking VAR, another involvement. It was a correct decision. I'm not gonna, nothing wrong with that. And
That
then
took
I
a
was
lot for you
like,
to say, so good job.
there goes my hopes, you know, fucking game is done. 93rd minute, out of nowhere, we get a goal in. I'm celebrating the fucking tie. I don't give a fuck. I was gonna be shameless to celebrate a tie against Brentford at home. That's how bad we were doing. That's how bad this thing was, you know. And then I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, you know, about to text people, you know, like, oh, Scott McTominay, blah blah. 96th minute comes around, you know, we get a ball. I think Bruno crosses it into. I think Maguire gets the ball, puts it back in, and Scott McTominay somehow rises to the occasion again, scores a header 97th minute at Old Trafford with all that history. Man, just watch the
Crazy
Beckham
scenes.
documentary, man. I sent you guys a picture of goosebumps, bro. I don't care if we win the league. I don't care if we get fifth. Like, games like that, like, this is what I'm talking when I talk about football and stuff like that. Like, I told you guys, listen, this might sound crazy. I don't know if people have the pleasure to have kids or not. The closest thing that you'll get to a feeling of having a child is that feeling that I had of Scott McTominay scoring 2 goals in 90 plus
That's
minutes
such a
to
wild
win the
story.
game, man. It's just you can't describe it. If people don't understand the love for football that people have, I'm not saying it is the same. Okay, it's not the same. Obviously, it's not the same.
It's better.
The
Imagine.
feeling,
better?
you know, that feeling that you have with the kid is constant, is all the time. But for the couple of seconds you get to feel in football is just amazing, you know, especially when out of all the games that we needed it to, we needed that the most, and he came through, man. So big ups to Scott. He deserves it. He deserves
Scottish
it.
is damn.
I've said,
Nah.
listen,
Yeah,
if
facts.
He
I
deserves
don't
it,
see, if I don't see Ten
Skizu.
Hag playing a 4-4-2 with Hoyland as the left striker and McTominay as the right striker, I'm gonna get pissed, man.
Bro,
I don't want to
best,
see that guy
want
play.
you want to see
best striker
McTominay
at the
play
club.
striker now? You don't
best
want to
striker at the
see
club,
him
bro.
midfield.
He's lethal. He's lethal.
Okay, wait, but next
Whoever
Man United
switched
game,
him
you want to see
to CDM,
McTominay.
whoever switched him to
As a striker.
CDM needs to go to jail, man. I don't give a fuck.
So the new
Whoever put
tactic
him-
is McTominay up front, hoofball.
He's the leading scorer right now in the Euros qualifier.
Bro, Man United's most successful like periods after post Sir Alex were
Where-
playing Fellaini as the second striker.
yeah.
Man. I remember
Where-
Moyes tried to do it. I remember
Football
Van Gaal
Fellaini.
when Van Gaal turned it around in
Imagine
United. It was 'cause
Bruno
he did that.
spamming.
Mourinho was
Bruno
doing that.
spamming crosses to him. Him and Mount just spamming crosses,
true.
bro. Oof.
I mean, it's pretty crazy though. Ten Hag really just like it's funny because it happened to Brentford, which is like another freaking hoofball.
Right. The kings of
And
that.
it's just so funny. He's
Yeah.
just like, you know what? I'm gonna throw McTominay out. We're just gonna play hoofball.
And Maguire,
Uno
McTominay, or
reverse.
football, it's
Maguire,
too powerful.
McTominay, and hoofball. It's insane.
Maguire,
That
what a
was hilarious.
performance, by the way, huh?
Harry Mack. Was he the
didn't
problem
have
at Man
one
United?
silly moment? Not one silly moment is
Hey,
crazy
man.
for Maguire, man. You gotta give
He
it.
played a big
hats
role,
off.
yeah.
Yeah, that, you should,
I think he has more
should
assists.
definitely
There's a
start.
certain midfielder that got signed in January for 100 million,
Mm.
and Maguire has more assists than him in the 23-24. You guys know who that is?
How many World Cup medals does he have?
This guy, man.
Mm.
How many finals in the Euros has Enzo been to?
Oh, we're counting finals. You love, dude. You nitpick. He can't even play. What do you think? He can't play in the Euros.
I don't. How did you take so long to figure?
For real,
out?
I was like, your Chase taking wild.
I thought
To,
you were. I thought he was flexing like a final appearance. No, wait, he doesn't even play.
So what is his
He'll never
criteria,
play in the
brother?
Euros.
How many times has Enzo been relegated?
Welcome to
man?
our podcast where
I
we
don't even
compare
know.
Maguire and Enzo Fernandez.
Perfect advertisement. Perfect advertisement, honestly. Oh man, but I mean, that's fair
We needed
play,
that,
man.
We
That's
needed
fair
that
play.
playing with our freaking seventh option center backs and shit like that. Amarat in the midfield. What a that guy talking about control, bro. That guy wasn't missing a pass. He was just he was controlling again.
not Andrew Tate.
Yeah,
The
facts. No,
defense,
no
man.
Andrew Tate.
The defense is our main problem right now that we gotta focus on. Get the injuries back. Apparently,
It's funny because-
Malacia is gonna be back. Maybe AWB too. Hopefully,
This win that they had over Brentford is completely masking the Champions League result that we have not mentioned whatsoever. I don't know if we're gonna talk about that.
The Icardi masterclass.
I don't know if
I mean,
we're
we don't
going to
have
spend
to,
a lot of
but
time. But that
I
was
mean-
one of the most. That was one of the most entertaining matches.
That was almost a
Probably that was
Cardi
hilarious.
disaster class too.
match of football.
Like
the
60%
season so
of the
far.
entertainment was Cardi just being a fool.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we should
Like,
do some quick
Icardi-
episodes in the future after Champions League games. Just to get some
Nah,
quick
I'm down.
thoughts
I'm
on
down
it.
with that.
To do it.
Yeah,
right
that game like deserves
That was box
deserves a
office.
segment. It was
That was
comedy,
box
bro.
office.
All I could do was laugh with you guys, man. Because that shit was funny. What can I say?
I will
Hey,
say
Because
nah,
we were red, yo,
one
none of
thing I want to
has,
say is, bro, I keep seeing now a bunch of United fans talking about freaking Ole, bro. Talking about how he was one of the best managers since Sir. I'm like, I
I
feel
mean,
like
he
people
was,
will-
right?
in Man United's
He's not
history.
competing with much.
Jose
Yeah.
Mourinho. You
Mourinho
think he was
finished
like
second in his best
overall,
season,
overall
right?
or just
No,
like
no,
their
no, 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 no.
performance?
I'm talking about. They're saying that people were talking about him just not being a coach, just vibes. Look at these plays, and they would nitpick like certain plays that they would have and say that like, oh, they created this, like he was a mastermind, like coach. Like they actually think like I'm like, bro, there's a reason that he doesn't have a job
Dog,
right now. You know
what
I'm saying?
what do PE teachers do? Once you're dressed out, go do what you got to do over there. I'm gonna tell you what to do for like 5 minutes and go
leave,
do,
man.
do what you got to do for 45. Y'all got it.
Nah,
Listen,
I bet you Ole, like the night before matches at United, he'd be like reading from the Sir Alex Ferguson's autobiography, like trying to find inspiration, and then he would take quotes like verbatim and say it in the dressing room the next morning, and
Yeah,
it worked.
talking
It
about-
worked for what, like 12 months or something. And
Facts.
players started to clock. Hey, I've heard these before somewhere.
They got,
And
they
then,
got a book
and
too.
then someone pulled out, yo, look at this, look at this. They pulled out the receipts from the book, and then it was over for him, bro. He couldn't win it back.
So
Now,
why?
now I don't know what
listen,
he's
Why
doing.
he gives
Yeah,
that book for
watching the-
Christmas?
Listen, watching the Beckham, it just makes me love Ten Hag even more, man. Yeah, we needed a no nonsense manager. If you're not fucking United, get the fuck out. I'm glad Sancho got exposed for that. I don't give a fuck who is right, who is wrong. At the end of the day, there's one manager, and it's not Sancho, man. Because this guy apparently it's like almost guaranteed that he's gonna leave in January now.
Oh, he has to.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm hearing
He
rumors
doesn't want to
back.
apologize. So
Yeah, I'm hearing rumors
And
right back to
listen,
Dortmund.
That's embarrassing.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know as
It's
a
a crazy
footballer
level
how
of
you could,
maturity.
you know what I'm saying?
Professional
Like,
footballer that earns £300,000 a week. He can't say I'm
Hey.
sorry. He has too
Well,
much
that's
pride to
probably why
say
he
I'm
can't say he's sorry. That's probably why. He was getting
Well,
paid
he
the
had
promo
freaking
wages.
Ultimate
Or
Team.
getting
Maybe
Sir, like freaking, he was sending Roy Keane off for talking shit about one match. He just boots him, the best DM in the league. He just boots him out the club, throwing freaking boots at Beckham and shit.
Sancho and his
Like,
PR team are just embarrassed. Like they're so like insecure. That they
I'm glad we're
actually-
getting rid of players
yeah.
like that, bro. I hope anyone that could get freaking called out on that bullshit gets fucking out, bro. Like that's why
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like I make fun of Maguire. I respect him as much as like he could have been gone, bro. All the shit that he's been suffering, he's still there. Like I'll take my
Maguire's
hats off to
mental
him.
strength is insane. I don't know how a human
Yeah.
being like is handling the
Facts.
stuff he's been going through
Yeah,
for the
right.
past
Real.
3 years
Sancho
now.
had to go through the things and listen to like the way that the media talks about.
Bro, that's
him
why I was
and
worried
the same,
about
like,
Mudryk,
Maguire,
bro.
you know.
That's what
Bro,
happened
I've heard
when he scored.
three. I've heard 3 insanely loud cheers at the Emirates this season. When Declan Rice scored the winner against United, when Martinelli scored the winner against City, and when Maguire got subbed on in that match. Bro, I've never seen an
Yeah.
opposition player get cheered
negatively.
coming on as a substitute in an away game. But like the stuff Maguire has been tolerating is
Yeah,
like
very
I don't know if
wild.
he just has the
That's
greatest
true, no,
therapist in the
that's-
world, or if he has a
that's
Or he
great
really loves
family
money,
around
bro.
him,
Yo,
or if he's just like his head, like he's just so
He
like
doesn't-
ironclad
Regardless,
strength.
man.
facts,
Bro,
man.
like
respect.
yeah, it's
Respect to
champion.
that.
Yeah,
Yo.
Sancho couldn't be handling that.
I don't think half of any squad could handle that guy, man. That's crazy. If you imagine, bro, I don't know if I would be able to play.
Right, I'd be
and
crying,
then-
bro. I'd cry.
Especially
The way he
'cause every
subbed on
game
against
that
Arsenal.
he does get, and he still like makes mistakes and shit like that. Like it's not like he's getting like subbed in and he performs well. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, yo,
No,
fuck it.
it's
No, he's
tough.
still.
And he's holding it down, Brian. I would turn to a villain. I'm sorry. Two instances like that, I turn to a villain immediately. I'm going at
Big
everybody. Maguire actually been holding it down. He been trying to keep his head level, which is fair play, man.
Nah,
Fair play.
respect. I think Ten Hag sees that too, and he respects
Yeah.
him a little bit more because of
It's
that,
professionalism.
But
It's
if
professionalism.
we want to talk about a player that gets subbed in and changes a game, freaking Garnacho, man, completely different game when Rashford steps out. Steps out, Garnacho. comes
Yeah, are we
Interesting.
gonna have a talk
and
about Rashford this
Yeah.
season? I mean, we did kind of last week,
We talked
but
about it last week.
Yeah.
Listen, everyone wants Garnacho to start over him, man. And
Which
listen,
is-
I'm not against it. Rashford is not playing up to par right now. He needs to ride the bench if he needs to learn, bro. You know what
Wow.
I'm saying? I don't care. If you're not performing, bro, guess what? Someone else is gonna try to perform. And Garnacho,
Rashford established his legacy. He established this. He's like, "Bet I'm out.
Wow.
that's what I'm saying.
Don't have anything more to
After
contribute
he
to the
signed,
football
after he
world."
signed the
And I
team,
knew-
Bro,
and I knew he
Obama
wasn't gonna perform as
Rashford,
well.
yang.
I knew he wasn't gonna perform as well as last season. Like I told you guys that, but oof, this season, man. Like I don't know how.
Would you
the
want
same
him
game-
to be benched?
I want him to maybe get thrown in the right wing right now, and have
Really?
Garnacho play. Yeah. To
Isn't
see
Rashford,
what-
Rashford's
Then
like a cut inside merchant though?
Hey, guess what? He should become a pace and cross merchant for now. Like he needs to because like
Get
that's
ready
not
to
working right
chalk
now.
on
You
your
know what I'm
boots.
saying? You got to be crossing the ball a little bit.
I guess so. Yeah,
I don't
mean,
know.
he did
Just
like
for-
do that cross to Hoyland against Galatasaray. So
You know what I'm saying? But then again, and then he made that pass to Bruno that
oh yeah,
completely.
That
You know what I'm
hospital
saying?
yeah.
I don't know. He needs to talk to Harry Maguire's therapist or something to get his head into a.
Or Richarlison's
I don't know.
therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone's
Right.
therapist. Maybe Mudrik's therapist. Get that freaking. I don't know, man. He needs to do something because right now is not it. Like I said, I'm completely for Garnacho starting over him right now because Rashford definitely doesn't deserve. If he was
Yeah.
at any other team performing like this, he's not starting, unless he has like some sexual like if like Pep loved him, like if his name was, you know what I'm
That is
saying?
the
Like,
last thing I thought was gonna come out of your mouth.
it's simple as that.
The
you know?
way,
There's
the
some
way,
Oh,
shit
that's
that-
good,
the
bro.
way Chase's eyes lit up when you said that was too funny. He said,
Dog.
you know what I'm saying? You can't just perform like that. Like
trying to
8 games
monetize
now.
this shit.
insane, bro. Insane.
The only game, like, if he could, I don't understand if he just play like maybe we have to tell him we're playing Arsenal every week and then he'll play differently. But I guess not. man. He
It's,
needs
hey,
to-
hey, bro, Ben White playing or some shit. He'll turn the fuck up for no
Yeah,
reason.
No, that's
But
true.
other than
man.
that,
Guy,
man,
this
I don't
guy,
know.
man. But yeah, nah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But we can move on to the other marquee game, man. It was a pretty eventful one at the Amex. We had Brighton 2, Liverpool 2. Again, just very, very entertaining game for the neutral. For me, I was
That was a
thoroughly-
very entertaining game.
I was enjoying myself. That was a really good just matchup between again De Zerbi and Klopp going at it. Phil, how you feel about it?
I'm just it's like somewhere in between disappointment and content. It's like it's okay. If we'd beaten Tottenham, if that whole debacle hadn't happened, I'd be way more okay with a 2-2 draw at the Amex. but it's just those happening back to back, and then international break coming. So like there's no time to get a win anytime soon. It's just it's a little annoying. But in isolation, I'm not too disappointed with that match. I mean, it was just the draw was 100% the fair result. Two very good teams playing against each other. Like we all know, Brighton doesn't have two garbage performances in a row. Like after losing 6-1 to Villa, we knew they were gonna come and to play ball against us. So yeah, like, and they took the lead. They
weren't killer though.
Their press in the first half was all over us. We couldn't get through it. McAllister, I don't know if this whole McAllister experiment thing at the 6 is gonna stop anytime soon, but this was his maybe not his worst. He had a terrible match against Wolves too, but he was getting eaten alive by the Brighton's press in the first half. The midfield of him, Szoboszlai and Elliott was just they couldn't do anything. They couldn't progress through. It took one good play, totally against the run of play, a really good transition, and it moved for Salah's equalizer to give us something in the game. But before that, we could have been 2-0 down, 3-0 down. So yeah, like once we got back in it, I was like, okay, this is better than I thought. I was totally convinced we'd go into halftime a goal down. And then not only that, we got a penalty soon after, which we can talk about that decision by the referee, by the way. And then went into halftime 2-1 up. And then from there on, like usually when Liverpool goes in front, they end up winning the match. So to end up dropping 2 points, and the way we did with the goal, Lewis Dunk. I don't know if you've seen it. I don't know what Robertson was doing from that set piece. Like how many times did you see a cross come in? The guy at the front post is coming right to him, and he does nothing. He lets it go as if someone behind him called for him to leave it. Like, what are you doing?
Trust his DVD's aura, man.
Bro, insane. I don't know what went through Robertson's head when he let that go through, and then
that force field was gonna stop him, man.
Yeah, so I guess the fact that the second goal happened that way is a bit disappointing, especially because we could have made it 3-1 a bit earlier. When Gravenberch hit the crossbar from Szoboszlai's cutback, which is that was a sitter. That was a big miss.
The same way, it's disappointing. Like you said, you guys are kind of lucky that you guys didn't concede a shit.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like once we were in the position of 2-1, it's a bit disappointing we didn't see it off. But I can't be we didn't deserve to win that match. 2-2 is fair. Even the XG was even, the possession, the shot, everything was
pretty even.
Why didn't they perform like that again? Like I'm talking about finish wise. Why couldn't they fucking waffle the ball everywhere, man?
That João Pedro chance was the one big howler.
Oh my god.
But Alisson made a big save
that, bro.
Mitoma penalty, bro. That shit they wanted the penalty, the handball from
the Van Dijk handball?
Bro, he hit that shit. That shit was going to the freaking oh my
god. That was the aura. That was BVD's aura, bro. But Alisson also came in big for at least one save from a McAllister back pass, which
that wasn't the João Pedro trans was
disgusting.
Yeah, that was the big one.
That was disgusting, bro. That guy.
But I think Gravenberch's chance was a bigger sitter than that, where he hit the crossbar. But if we're gonna talk about something that I'm actually angry about, how did Gross stay on the pitch after that foul on Szoboszlai for the pen? I mean, I kid you not. If you made a spreadsheet of every decision that could go a certain way or could go one way that involves Liverpool, it always goes against us and never goes for us. And whether it's us getting a red card or the opposition should get a red card.
Did he have a second?
No, it should have been a straight red card.
Not straight red.
Denial of a clear goal scoring opportunity.
Yeah.
So the rule is they implemented the rule a few years ago with the double jeopardy thing, that if that foul happens inside the box, denying of a clear goal scoring opportunity, they won't give a red card because it's double jeopardy with the pen and whatever.
Yeah.
But the caveat to that rule is it's only if the defender is making an honest attempt at the ball, which I don't know how you can interpret what Gross did as an honest attempt.
That was not clear.
Pulled him back when he knew he was going to touch it around the goalkeeper and score.
The shirt pulling shit is so annoying.
Right, if Van Dijk's foul against Isak was a clear goal scoring opportunity, when Isak still had to cover maybe 10 yards, 20 yards to get in behind to get clean through on Alisson, which I still agree with. That was the right decision. Even the referees, or I don't know if it was the referees themselves or some apologists for the referees, came out with an explanation for why that wasn't given, and they said it was because they couldn't categorically say that Szoboszlai had a clear sight on goal.
Was it going to be a 1-on-1?
Bro, it was. I don't know. So I don't know if you saw it, but it was. We won the ball back. Brian was passing it out the back. We pressed them. The defender accidentally gave it to Nunez. Nunez sets it off to Szoboszlai. So Szoboszlai is just about to take a touch around the goalkeeper. Open goal.
Yeah.
But Gross pulls his shirt back before he can take that touch. So I guess the referee's explanation was since Szoboszlai hadn't taken his touch yet, he wasn't in possession. So they can't say it was a clear goal. Like, common sense, man. Like, it's just like, and I'm not the type of guy that wants players to get a red card. Like, we should have been good enough to beat Brighton with 11 men. But if that's against us, we are down to 10 men. 10 times out of 10.
You better than me, gang. I want all that. I want capital punishment most of the time.
I mean,
except for the City game.
They wouldn't have given the pen. Yeah, if it was Arsenal, if it was Gabriel doing that, it wouldn't have been a pen. So
yeah, so it's just like, I mean, the match was better off keeping Gross on the pitch. Like, it was a much better footballing occasion. But this is a week after the whole debacle of last week of us just ranting and raving about we need more consistency, we need this, we need that. And then we just have another week of no consistency. We'll talk about, I guess, Newcastle again later. But yeah, that refereeing decision is the one stain on that match, I think. Otherwise, it was like another great advert for the Premier League. Like, almost every game Brighton's involved in is a great advert for the league. It was so wholesome with Klopp and De Zerbi too. There was one instance like that Van Dijk handball you talked about, Gene. De Zerbi was like getting a bit animated on the touchline, going to the fourth official and whatever. And then Klopp just kind of came over to him and like started putting his hand on his shoulders and like calming him down. And then after the match, they asked De Zerbi about it, and he's like, "Oh, I love Klopp. I love him." He's like, anything he says, I agree with. And it's just like, I love De Zerbi, bro. He's a character. Like, he reminds me of Pep, the way he just like says nonsense.
He's a primetime character. Brian, gonna lie to you, son.
And I love it. And also McAllister, shout out the Brighton fans too. McAllister did almost like a lap of honor after the match with the Brighton players, which is so like, you know,
he pulled up with De Zerbi on the shoulder. Yeah, literally.
Yeah, De Zerbi had his arm over his shoulder, and they were like walking with the Brighton team, and they gave him a standing ovation, clapped him off, which is classy. You know, they're a classy club. But yeah, not much to say about that game other than great game, shitty ref. Wish we could have won, but it is what it is.
Nah, fair play. They're not a classy club. They don't.
Don't include their social media.
Yeah, and the business people.
Guys,
Tony Bloom was not included in that investigation. That boy be upcharging like a mug, bro. That's a whole nother side of the story. That's not him. But shout out to what's his name? I'm looking at his name. Baleba, who was playing in the midfield for Brighton as well. He looked.
No, he's good.
He looked good. And again, where do they find these people, bro? Where did they
got
find these
people?
people?
I think.
Damn.
They're just like they're always ready to replace players that leave. Like,
bro, he looks
the revolving door is
insane. But he looked comfy. I ain't gonna lie. I liked how he played. So yeah, solid for that.
And Adingra, by the way, he's a player. This is. Like, I don't even know if he was a Brighton player last season or if they signed him over the summer.
I don't know if he was.
But the way there's a new Brighton player having a new Brighton youngster having a breakout season.
Yeah.
Like last season was in Ciso. It's a shame he's injured, so he can't really break out more of the season.
Can we talk about Ferguson?
And Adingra is quality. What's up? What about Ferguson?
What's up with him? Like, I feel like he just he comes in and then sometimes, you know what I'm saying, like, and then sometimes he's not there.
He's 18 years old. Yeah. He's not going to be.
But he scored a hat trick against Newcastle. You know what I'm saying? You think we'd see a little bit something after that?
He's also I think he's also he's in and out of the team a lot.
Yeah.
Like, the Zerbi's rotation is crazy. And then secondly, he's 18. Like, he's like, that's what they do. Like, young prospects, they'll have a really special game. Like jaw on the floor. Like, oh my god, what a player! And then he'll go missing for a few weeks. Maybe even longer than a few weeks. Like, you just have to manage the.
I think the rotation. I think the rotation adds to it, though.
Expectations.
Yeah, the rotation definitely. The rotation 100% adds to it, though, because I feel like other youngsters. You know what I'm saying? Like,
of course, all the youngsters get shit. I mean, look at Del Ali. You know what I'm saying? Like, that guy was showing up.
But he had consistent. But he had consistent run time in the team. Pochettino was going to play him because, you know what I'm saying, it's there. I feel like just how De Zerbi operates.
60 minutes against Liverpool isn't. You know what I'm saying?
I'm there, but I'm like, I think over the course of you know what I'm saying, the season, I feel like Pochettino gave, again, it's inconclusive to say because the whole season ain't progressed, and I can't say that, De Zerbi played him against this many minutes, but I'm saying just my guess is based off of how De Zerbi is, he's not going to get the consistent run time across like a whole month where he'll start all these games, you know what I'm saying? So it'll be a bit more spotty, but his time will come. He's still one of them ones, but it's gonna be more sporadic because of how, you know, the rotation is. That's just me though. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, on to the other marquee game. We had another 2-2 at the London Stadium. We had West Ham 2, Newcastle 2. I was about to say a game I completely forgot the scoreline of. But
that looked like a really fun game. I wish it wasn't in the same like slot as, you know, others.
I mean, and nobody, none of us watched that game.
Right. I wish that
I
had his own
only saw-
primetime
I only
slot
saw-
because it looked so fun.
I only saw a couple of highlights here and there from it. The
I
east
saw
side goal.
that goal
The
that
east
Isaac
side. The east side goal was funny as
scored
hell.
a brace.
The second one where he like pushed him
He
off a
should've had
little
a
bit.
hat-trick.
He pushed him off and did a little kick.
He should have not had that goal. He clearly
That was
fouled the
so
defender.
funny. That was so funny. My man said, "Excuse me." This
Also, I think it was the first Newcastle goal came from a free kick. That should never have been a free kick. With Paquetá and Tonali.
Oh,
like
word.
Paquetá just bodied Tonali off the ball. Like they were both like they were all over each other, both of them. But Paquetá just came out on top, and then West Ham was about to launch a counterattack, and the referee, again, stupid refs, gives a free kick to Newcastle, and they scored directly from there.
That's not the first time that
goal.
happened. That's when they beat like Sheffield like 8-0 or whatever. They literally scored a goal just like that. You can't, especially on teams that are so dangerous like that have like they have 5 players that are 6-7. Like how you can't be giving away these easy like freaking you know what I'm saying like free kicks like that, man, because they'll make people pay for it. You know,
Yeah.
and it sucks.
Nah, 100. And I think there was there was a last minute equalizer from Kudus. He
From
just
Kudus.
like
Great goal.
right hand side of the box just slided and stuff. So yeah, that was
That
a
was a great
nice
finish.
Yeah, really good goal. Listen, man, that was again from the highlights back more entertaining than I expected, but it is what it is, man. And
What, you didn't expect that game to be entertaining?
no,
I
more
expected-
entertaining than I expected. More entertaining than I
He
expected,
hates
honestly.
West Ham, remember that.
Nah, oh my goodness, guy.
I think that game was always going to be fun, especially
Man.
at the London
Man,
Stadium.
son, yeah. The year was typically more open than not.
So that we're at our second international break. Real quick, which out of West Ham, Brighton, Aston Villa, who do you think is more likely to break into the top? I'll say 5, since there are probably going to be 5 Champions League spots.
Oh, that's a question. That's a question. Damn.
I would include Newcastle, but I feel like they're already in a category.
Yeah.
above.
I wanted to say Aston Villa, but we didn't even mention that they had a big draw against.
Wolves. Was it Wolves?
Like Wolves are in good form right now. They
Yeah,
beat
it's
us,
Wolves.
So
Yeah, 1-1.
I mean, I think a lot of people would have expected
Not
Aston Villa to
meaning
win
much
this
these
game.
days.
Yeah. I mean, it was in the Molyneux, so I mean, hey.
Yeah, a draw at the Molyneux isn't bad. Like you
It's
said,
not
City
bad,
lost there.
but
last
I
week.
think, I think a lot of people would have expected Aston Villa to win. Considering we're talking about Aston Villa, like maybe breaking
Yeah.
into that.
Hey man, Wolves might honestly, Wolves could easily finish top 10 this season. Like,
Bro,
I feel like they're just
Damn,
gonna pick
Wolves
up
are a
form.
good team.
Gary
the draw at Wolves
O'Neal
is not-
actually,
As soon as the goals started coming, they're now they're getting
bro.
results.
I'm telling you, they just needed somebody to actually like finish chances. But I'm telling you, Gary O'Neal
Neto
can
and
get them
Juan Hichan
moving.
are carrying them right now.
Yeah, they need that.
With the big emphasis on Neto.
Facts.
That guy,
Another assist.
he's
He's
a
back.
joke.
He's back,
and the
man.
assist, he just give it to him on the wing, and he just runs and gets an assist. He'll just like the most like productive traditional winger, right?
Facts.
Yo,
In the league right now, probably. Like,
I don't think any of them break top 5.
really.
Like, yeah, I really don't.
Who
think
would
so.
be the most
in
likely?
the long
though?
run? I want to say maybe Villa, just because of the injuries. Like they already picked up injuries and they're still performing. So whenever players get, but you know what I'm saying? It just all depends how deep, like how like Brighton goes into Europe and shit like that. Like it all depends on so much stuff.
I think
that-
Brighton are just gonna keep selling their best players. So I think it's never gonna allow them to that. Aston Villa
That's what
has
I'm saying.
better
That's why-
retention.
Well, but this season though, like my question
this
for this
season?
yeah.
This
Not
season,
like
I would probably agree with
established
Gene and
something.
say like none of them. But if I had to pick the most likely this season, I would still go with Aston Villa.
Yeah, I would, if I had to, if you put a gun to my head and I had to choose one, because like I said,
Yeah.
I don't think any of them.
If
will,
if
I would go
Newcastle
with
was
Villa.
amongst them, would you say
Yes,
Newcastle clearly.
Newcastle is the best out of those.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
put the 4 teams next
Again,
to each
they
other,
had the
it's
hardest
that's
Newcastle.
so interesting with the way what's so
they had the
funny?
hardest schedule out of all of them. That's the thing, though.
What's so funny is
they're
Newcastle,
still-
right? Newcastle beat Aston Villa 5-1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Aston
And
Villa
they-
beat Brighton 6-1.
Yep.
And Brighton cooked Newcastle 3-1.
Yeah,
But it should have
It's
been
that
more.
Pokemon. It's that Pokemon.
And West Ham
trio
cooked Brighton.
thing.
Yeah, it's
Facts. It's just a toss up. I ain't
rock
gonna
paper
lie.
scissors. Yeah, it's crazy.
I could like again the way
And
the,
like it-
the
and
way
we
West
talked
Ham are
about
moving
Spurs,
too.
too.
I feel like Spurs and
West
yeah.
Ham is a good team.
And West Ham are again.
6 out of 6 in Europa League too.
Pakata is moving at levels. Like, he's jumped.
They're good,
something
but then,
else.
bro, did you see what they did against Luton Town?
And
They should have tied that game.
there's those
But they
moments.
won.
Luton Town by robbery. You think that's cool?
No, but I mean like Like
You know
if
what I'm
we're
saying?
gonna if we're
If
gonna
it's a
use things,
robbery,
Yeah, the results the end
if
of
it's
it,
a
but
robbery win, bro, like come on.
but if in
like,
like one of their worst performances of the season, they're
still
winning.
winning. Yeah,
But it's
I mean,
against Luton. That's the thing, bro. It wasn't even their work. Like they didn't even play bad. That's what I'm trying to say. They just didn't create anything against a
Yeah.
team like
I mean,
Luton.
Maybe
I
they
mean,
had
it's
like a
just
bad
different.
game, but overall, West Ham has had a good season.
Yeah,
no, I'm
they've
not
had
saying they're
a
having
really
a
good
bad
season.
season.
Yeah,
I'm not
I mean,
saying they're having a
they
bad
deserve to
season.
be up in this conversation. I think.
I
Maybe
agree.
that performance wasn't very good, but
And they still
I think they
again
deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
they I think they have a really good balance between things. I feel like defensively they're decently enough, but then they have the attacking options to really sustain stuff. Again, Paquetá facilitating a lot of shit. This guy's operating at like his best level we've probably ever seen him play, and he's been one of the standout players this season overall. And again,
Bro,
just
they're a good team, man.
They have
With Alvarez,
yeah.
Ward-Prowse, Kudus, Paquetá.
They have a really good
Benrahma,
outfit.
Fornals. Yeah, they have really good players in their team.
Yeah, man.
No, I'm not saying they're a shit team, bro.
Yeah.
If you get top 10 into the Premier League, you're not a bad team.
Who's
you know what I'm saying?
just
If you're
who's prone to
competing,
who's
you know what I'm
prone to
saying?
making more mistakes or not, killing things off when
More
needed
mistakes. Look at how healthy the teams are. We gotta if Paquetá gets injured or Ward-Prowse, like you know what I'm saying, like these guys.
to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Paquetá
It's a
injury
different-
would be big, but
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like they have enough
It's
in their
stuff that we
midfield
have
to
to-
cover like Ward-Prowse going down or
Yeah.
Alvarez going down. But Paquetá is like he's the one big X factor that's just like superstar in that team. If they had like more of a killer up top, like as much as of a character Antonio is, if they had someone a bit better, like I think they'd be a serious threat for a top 5. But yeah, I agree with you. Probably none of them.
Yeah, but if I
And then
put
probably
the
Villa most likely. Yeah.
if I put the order, injury sustaining, something in me still thinks even with all the rotation, Brighton will still be the most likely, just by a little bit, just because they just know how to blow teams away in certain respects. But these random like 6-1s and all these like little fixtures here and there where they just get absolutely spanked.
They lost to Chelsea. They lost like what? They're up league games. They like tied and then they lost already. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it's weird. Again, they could drop out of European competition and just have full focus on the league, and that could spur them on to something. Like I think by a hair, Brighton would be the most likely, then Villa, then West Ham. But the margin is really close between all of them. Like I think they've all had really good output so far this season. I don't think that's going to stop necessarily, unless again injuries and shit riddle their teams. But I think that's probably my order.
Yeah, it'll be entertaining though. Like there's a lot of really fun teams in the top half of the league this season.
Yeah, hey man, it ain't getting no easier. It ain't getting no easier. But hey, we can run through it, man. It's time for the Yank picks, man. We got to run through the 4. Best team of the week. Your most disappointing or worst team of the week. Your best player of the week, and your fraud of the week. All right, we're gonna run through 4. Anybody got them ready? Anybody got them ready off the top of their head?
Nah, I need some time.
I gotta
Okay.
think of mine on the spot too.
Chase got it.
I think I want
Go
to
ahead.
think about any
Kick
of
us-
this.
kick us off,
after
Chase.
that game week.
His team of the week is gonna be Chelsea. Go for it.
Team of the week, no other choice. Most goals of the game week. Kind of a aggregate of the last 2 weeks since I missed it. Chelsea, I think very easy there. Can only play the team that's in front of you, handle business, move on to the next week. Disappointed team of the week, I've gone with Brentford just for the fact that they've ruined a great episode for us and a great opportunity to laugh and poke and do all that. So they're my disappointing team. Player of the week, I changed it to manager of the week. I do think it's important to acknowledge Arteta just for the overall finally getting over that hump, and then the fact that all 4 of the substitutions that he made were like the 4 players who touched the ball before the goal. You had Partey playing the ball over, Tomiyasu knocked it down, Havertz back, and Martinelli finished. And I think just in general, kind of getting over that hump was big.
Facts.
You still gotta add a player though, man. You can't just you gotta add a player, man.
I had McTitty written down, and then I changed it just because I didn't want to.
He's won the acknowledgement. He's won the acknowledgement.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I did have I crossed him out here, but he was on there. And then fraud of the week, I'm one of his not one of his biggest fans, but I'm a big fan of him. But it has to be Erling Haaland, big game player. I get the deficiencies in his game, and certain things aren't his fault. But at the end of the day, we're talking about a guy who's up there as top 3 in the world right now currently, and to not make an impact in this game and games recently, I think is disappointing from him.
All right, I have mine ready now.
All right, go ahead, Phil.
All right, so my player of the week, I am giving it to the Scottish Zidane, Scott McTominay. Man, that form that he's been doing in the qualifiers for Scotland, how they've it's been weird, like seeing like another brace from McTominay. He scored a brace against Spain, right? It's like what's going on here? Like it was if something was in the juice when he goes for international duty that like Jekyll and Hyde, he can never replicate it at United. So yeah, to see this superhero come out front and center this weekend in the Prem against in such a big moment against Brentford, like as much as I don't want to see United succeed, I was like happy for McTominay. Like it was just such a like a human like
Yeah.
just like show of like just like ecstasy, and I was happy for him, especially all the nonsense he probably has to take online.
Yep.
Team of the week. I was actually I'm not even gonna say who I was thinking of because maybe one of you might have them written down, but I'm giving it to Chelsea. Like I said before, it's still an impressive win. Like regardless of it was Burnley, like they might be the worst team in the league, but yeah, 4 goals away from home, coming back from a goal down. Pochettino is slowly cooking something. I don't know where he's cooking or what he's cooking, but something's being cooked. Disappointing team of the week, Man City. We talked for hours and hours like about how that was probably the worst Pep performance we've seen, at least in the past like 3 seasons at least.
Yeah.
And then fraud of the week, I'm doing it back to back. The PGMOL. I hate you guys. I hate you. How Pascal Gross stays on the pitch is beyond me. How Mateo Kovacic stays on the pitch is beyond me. How Bruno Guimaraes stays on the pitch is beyond me. All 3 of those incidents, if a Liverpool player did them, we'd be playing with 8 men. That's all I'll say.
Fairs.
Fair,
What
man.
you got cooking?
Dang. Oh, hold on. I want to double check something before I go. I'm taking routine a couple things. Let Adrian go.
Oh man. All right. I'll start with player of the week. I'm not even gonna say anybody in the Premier League. I'm just gonna go with Jude
my
Bellingham.
god.
No way. No.
Now, what is this bottle job, bro?
God, I'm sorry.
What
You
bottle
can't-
job?
No, you gotta
What, I
stick
can't-
with the no.
I have
He's
to-
so upset.
What do you
No,
mean?
man.
He can't even
Jude
talk
Bro,
about
We
it.
listen,
spent,
bro,
we spent
we're
this whole
doing-
time talking
yes.
about the Premier League, man. You can't
Yes,
just bring up
yes.
Eredivisie. Like you gotta
We
come
get
on.
to talk about how good you guys are for 49.
We could
of
talk
the
about
50
Jude Bellingham and scoring.
Yeah, you
what
could
is
do
it,
a
10
separate
goals
video
for-
on that, bro.
Yeah,
And
post
it
it.
paperback.
Yeah, post this all of it
But
tomorrow.
right
Something
now,
about Jude.
this is clearly about we're doing Prem stuff right now.
Wow. Okay. All right. Player of the week. Kai
Bro, it's
Havertz,
flabbergasted.
because he
Kai
got an
Havertz.
assist. Kai Havertz got an assist in the
That's
most
more impressive than
important game
what
of this.
McTominay did.
In the most important.
Let it rock, let it rock.
You want me to give it to McTominay so badly? Is that what you want?
I'm asking you as you want. I want you to explain that assist is more impressive than what Scott McTominay did.
No, but I just don't want to give it to McTominay. No.
The agenda got agenda, man.
I mean,
Yo,
I'm just,
City
I'm just
loses-
it's not even
yo,
anything against McTominay. It's just
Adrian
Like, I don't
sees
want
his
it to be
team
a
lose,
clean-
and look how his head goes, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
he's,
shameless, man.
he
It's
can't
really
can't
shameless.
compute.
oh my goodness. All right, yeah, fine. Kai Havertz, player of the week, assist in the most
Crazy.
important match of the season for Arsenal so far. After all that criticism, fair play. There you go. Best team, team of the week goes to. Man, that's tough.
Yeah,
Tough.
it is a tough week to choose.
It's tough. It is tough. I'll just have to say Chelsea. I mean, like there was not a lot of impressive performances
About
across
to
the board.
clean sweep this bitch.
There is
yeah,
another
it's by
very
default.
impressive
I
win.
promise
Yeah,
you,
no,
there's
I'm-
not. Gonna
I
be a
got
sweep
one.
here. I promise you. Yeah, there's not a sweep.
Yeah, because he's gonna say Man United.
No, I'm not. But it's not a sweep.
And then most wait, did I say worst team? I
No,
don't even know. No,
Mm.
worst team. Burnley,
Just show the badge on your
because
shirt.
they're just shit.
Show the badge. on your
facts,
shirt.
bro.
Burnley's just shit. So worst team is Burnley. Most disappointing team is
Hey.
Manchester City.
That's the same category.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the same
You can't
category.
double-
I thought we had
Yo,
worst
his
team
head
is
and
gone,
most
yo. Adrian's
disappointing.
lost
Nah, they're
Adrian's
both one
lost
and the
it.
same.
I thought we
They're
were two
one.
separate
They're one
ones.
and the same. You
Bro,
can call it
wait,
worst or
wait,
Have
Have
disappointing.
you not watched the past
Losses,
10
you-
episodes?
Son,
No, I swear,
yeah,
I
they've
swear.
they've been the same thing. You've been the only one who's
The
on the
loss,
deviation.
man, it's tough.
Yeah,
Fine.
Pep, yo,
Okay,
Pep, you
fine.
gotta
If they
start
won in
winning
the
games
same
again,
team,
bro.
if they won in
Adrian
the
is not
same
the
team,
same.
then
They cannot handle it.
Oh, let him cook.
Bro,
Let
we
him
could
cook.
not
What do you mean
handle
they cannot handle it?
A little bit.
I was ready. I was right now.
mental
I just
warfare,
thought it was
man.
I thought it was two different things. So now I'm ready. I'm literally ready right here to say Manchester City was the worst and most disappointing team of the week. Yeah,
Fair play.
It was just shit. It was one of the worst performances I've seen under Pep. and yeah, it was bad. But then my is Mateo because he should have gotten sent off, and that was just a stinky
And he
performance
still
overall.
does tackle.
Yeah, he should have gotten sent off for the first tackle. And then he does it again. It's just like, what the like, what are you thinking, bro? Like I don't know. I was just like, what?
Nah, you gotta check what he was betting on, bro. That's how
I have
fraudulent
no
that was.
idea. And then to top it all off, Pep kept him on. I was like, at halftime, I was like, get him off, man. He shouldn't even be on there.
Yeah, that was
Still
crazy.
playing. But yeah, I don't know why Pep kept him on. He wasn't even doing anything. I mean, yeah, that's my far of the week. So yeah, I mean, there's 2 negatives for our city there. Letting you know.
Okay, no, I'll go. Team of the week. I kind of want to I'm gonna give it to this team, not only because of the team, but of a player that's in it. I'm gonna give it to Wolves because I know they tied the game, but it's just what I expected from them. When I predicted them getting relegated, obviously I didn't know Gary O'Neill was going to be their manager. As soon as they got him, we knew something was going to happen. But again, those goals weren't coming for them. You know what I'm saying? Their defense they're okay, but they still look sloppy sometimes. They beat City last week. They play Villa at home, one of the most dangerous teams offensively in the league, and they tie 1-1 for a team that needs results, even though it's a tie, 1 point. I still think it's impressive. And Hwang Hee-chan with another goal. I don't know where this guy keeps getting them from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that finish nice, by the way. Like, it looks simple, but nice little left foot.
He's a baller, man. He's a baller.
You know what
he
I'm
gets
saying?
disrespected. Yeah.
No, he's nice. So I'm gonna give it to them just because of that win off of City, and now again, you would expect them to lose against Villa, and then they still get the points that they need, even though they're at home. I'm gonna give it to them. Player of the week, I don't have to mention it. Scottish GOAT, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, I really want him to play striker, man. I know you guys think it's funny, but listen, I can't wait for him to concede.
That would be
insane. Imagine
him to end up with more
goal.
goals than Nicholas Jackson. I think he has the same amount of Prem goals as him right now. So, that'll be definitely be funny. Most disappointing team of the week has to be City again. Not even because of the agenda, it was literally the worst I've ever seen them perform. Like, at the end of the day, I don't care who wins that game, who loses. Like, I'm gonna have fun regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't need an agenda to say City was bad. Yeah, I mean, they were. It was just shit. It was terrible. Yeah, just
disappointing. And fraud of the week, I'm gonna have to give it to their manager, man. I think that he could have done stuff like I feel like they could have done more regardless of missing Rodri and KDB, especially when you have someone like Holland. If you just cross the ball to him 10 times, one of them is going to be a goal at least. I just don't think they fed him. I think something could have been done differently. So I'm going to give it to Pep, especially being one of the greatest managers of all time, to go and
he did it. He did a galaxy brain.
Yeah,
he did a galaxy brain. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't know what the fuck was going on in that game, bro. Like I've already spoken. No wingers, nothing. It was. I don't even know where Alvarez was playing. I don't know where playing. Rico Lewis was playing in the midfield. I was like, this man, it's just Pep again.
Rico
bro.
Lewis when you have Mateus Nunes right there that you just
it's like what is going? I don't know, man. Whatever. Just get me Rodri back.
Hey.
Rodri's back.
Yeah,
God forbid he gets injured, get suspended again. Cause it's not looking good if that happens, man.
Looking good for us.
No, I don't even wish for him to.
No, not injured, but another suspension, bro.
We sold Romeo Lavia.
I need
Romeo Lavia. If he gets back to back,
I need him to choke slam somebody next time, bro. What the
Calvin Phillips.
6 month ban.
Think about how we had Lavia in our.
Wait, I think
Chelsea
this
had
week,
Rice and Maris.
that fraud of the week, I think, breaks my three-peat of Nicholas Jackson.
Yeah.
The
streak is broken.
I said that I was gonna.
The streak is broken
once he scored or something like that.
Yeah,
so he still has more yellow cards than goals this season. So we'll see how it goes.
Or he might end the season like that.
Something to hold on to.
5 yellow cards, 4 yellow cards, and 7
just
games
hard
is
work.
crazy.
Oh,
That's
man.
crazy. You could go on, Trey.
All right,
Finish this
cool.
off.
I'll yeah, big pause
Yeah, I was
on
about to
that.
say.
Yeah, pause. Let me
You're gonna go with it.
let me wrap up. No. You heard the pause come out. That was automatic. But I'll go through it. Player of the week. Let me give an honorable mention real quick. Again, I didn't want to go too far outside.
That's more fair.
Yeah.
That's a more fair than
Honorable mention to Serhou Guirassy, another hat trick in the Bundesliga this week. He's 7 games, 13 goals in the Bundesliga. This kid is whoever's person. Yeah, I just man might be like 20. Man might be like 28.
He's older than all of us. Yeah.
He's 27. This man is actually cooking. This man's cooking right now.
He's younger than Adrian.
Oh yeah, facts.
You're right, 40. Yeah. But yeah, honorable mention to Guirassy. That guy's been cooking. Hey, sorry, man, my fault. But into the Prem, we got to give it to Scott McSauce. I'm sorry. I think there's not many performances you can do that, coming off the bench with the occasion, with everything like that. You got to give credit where credit is due with, the moment that it was, speaking outside of bias and whatever. That's a good moment. And that was, again, 2 great goals to bring the team back. That's fair. That's some real turnaround type shit.
First goal, especially, man, that finish.
Ridiculous. But again, he's one of the best attackers in the club. He's a striker. I'm gonna be real, bro.
Yeah, no, it makes sense if he was really a striker. Because that was nice.
Yeah,
bro, he should. If he doesn't play striker, man, I'm gonna get pissed. Seriously.
He's got to play striker. Get pissed now, bro. He's not.
Wait. So you're saying McTominay and Højlund?
Bro,
McTominay and Højlund up top.
4-4-2. 4-4-2.
Oh my god, man.
That would be. Oh wow.
What do you think Madrid was doing with CR7, bro? And CR7 and Benzema, all they were doing, spamming them. Like Carvajal, that's all he would do, bro. Just cross the ball and nothing else. That's all you see that team do.
Simplicity.
Who's getting benched if McTominay and Højlund start together in a 4-4-2? Rashford.
Yeah. He's on the chopping block.
Mount on the left.
Yeah.
So you would have
right or swap. I'd rather have the 2 cams. Yep. And then have Amara and freaking Casemiro or something, just for the depth.
Oh, okay.
But I would be happy with the 4-2-2 with Bruno going out wide and Mount going out wide. Like, I don't care.
I hear.
I would love to see it again.
If that happened, if that happened, this clip from Gene, insane, bro. We Ten Hag would have to, like, the allegations. He has to watch the pod.
Facts.
That's just so absurd.
The pod watching allegations.
We gotta all wear
Ten Hag,
ball.
if you're watching the pod, please give us a shout out.
Nah, real talk, man.
Nah, I don't want to shout out from him, bro. The way that guy shout out to Ethiopia. In his car, that one video.
Yeah,
that guy's a freak.
Hey, man, we gonna all wear ball caps in his honor, man. Don't worry, we know you watch. We support you, bro. We support you, bro.
No. If we see McTominay and Højlund play striker, we all have to buy a bald cap and wear it to the pod for the whole pod. That's crazy.
If that happened,
that's insane.
I'd
do it.
But like starting from the match, not like you guys are desperate.
Okay, that's rule 1. That's tactic 1. Yeah. Tactic 1. So
That'd be as crazy as making a bet if any of our teams lost to Burnley that we would all show up with a suit and a baseball cap to the podcast.
No, a suit, a bald cap, and a baseball cap.
That should be a blanket bet for all of our teams. That should be a blanket bet for all of our teams.
Me, Chase, and Adrian
right?
also.
Can we agree to that, everyone?
Yo,
wait. Only if me, Chase, and Adrian, we have to add a step to that.
What?
Guess. We gotta go. Prime Minister of Canada. Extra step here.
Hey, whoa. No, hey, listen. I'm saying this right now. To Chase and Adrian, do not put no damn blackface on for this. Don't put no blackface on for this. All right, you don't need it. Just put the camera. Don't do it. Don't agree to what he's saying.
Chase with the Benteke allegations, man. He's not gonna beat him, bro.
Yo,
I don't even know why I'm lumped into this.
Bro.
Why am I lumped into this?
Oh my goodness, bro! They tried to trap you. Son.
Yo, I can already see the montage, bro. Like the whole with Griezmann, with Trudeau, clips from Birth of a Nation, that Tropic Thunder. Yeah, just put right in, man.
Robert Downey Jr.
Insane.
Crazy Gene's brain went there that fast, bro.
Oh shoot!
I was trying to see if any of you guys were gonna guess.
It took me a second to like think about what happened. I was like, what do you
I didn't even think of the names of the people you called out. Like what relates between them? But I was just...
God.
As soon as I heard Trudeau, I was like, "This sick man." Oh my goodness, bro. But yeah,
I should have said Griezmann, man, for the pod. But
what's it called? All right. So again, honorable mention Guirassy, and then my actual player of the week is Scott McTominay. My team of the week, again, honorable mention Arsenal. Honorable mention Arsenal. We finally beat the curse. We finally did what we had to do. Fantastic stuff. We needed that. We had to do it.
I was in between them and Wolves, by the way.
Yeah, no, fair play.
And third place was Everton, but I know Phil was gonna go crazy if I gave it to him.
But
So I chose not to.
my team of the week is Everton. My team of the
Yeah,
week.
I was gonna say Everton,
my
but I was like,
team
no,
is-
someone else will cover it, so I don't want to steal my tongue.
My team of the week is Everton, bro. I'm listening. Three goals to nothing. They have produced more XG than Man City this season. You know how crazy that is in your head? No, why
that's
that?
insane.
Like, and again,
That's
doesn't
Dyche
count
Ball.
as that.
Sean Dyche Ball, respect him.
he's got something cooking. I think they're actually gonna be okay.
Yo,
I
I
think
hope
they're
they
actually
are.
be
Hey,
alright.
careful when you say that. Last time I said I think they'll be okay. What do they do? Luton Town
Yeah.
at home.
No, you're right.
2-1
No,
loss.
you're probably right. They
Yeah,
have
be
a
careful with those
good.
words.
They have a
Hey,
good
careful
chance
with
to.
that jinx. That jinx is crazy,
Oh, we're
man.
not going. They
I
have
learned
a
it the
good
hard way.
chance.
The amount of jinx I've been doing
Yo,
lately.
imagine if they played like this. If they played this United defense, like they would actually probably.
They
Like,
listen.
score
They
against
will.
them, bro.
They will cook. And again, last time I said something definitive, it was Union Berlin. You saw how they turned out. But like, I think the way Everton have been, again, they've been playing like, again, really like way more expansive football than I thought they would have. So they've been kicking on. They look like they can really, again, have a good spell, and not only. They could stay up very comfortably. They probably wouldn't be in too much relegation trouble if they kick on like this. So I think they're my team of the week this
for
week.
sure.
Yeah, definitely my team of the week this week. Handled Bournemouth very well. Most disappointing team. I gotta follow the trend, Man City. I feel like. Again, I can be biased, and I say a good amount of that was to how Arsenal played and did hold them to that. But again, it wasn't. It was definitely a lot of stuff was canceled out. A lot of things were, again, cagey from my view, but they didn't have the same oomph. And maybe it was because of no Rodri, no KDB. But on the other side, we had Timber could have possibly changed it, but I don't want to count that. We didn't have any Bukayo Saka. Martinelli didn't start. How things were. A lot of people were still expecting a routine City win at the Emirates, but didn't go down like that. It was definitely a different dimension of this fixture than we've seen in the past. And, we came out on top. They faltered, and we rose to the occasion where usually that's where City rise to the occasion. And in those, still situations where the game is close, they usually take it. So I gotta give it to that. Fraud of the week. Couple of honorable mentions I'll give. PGMOL again, shocking decisions across the board. Kovacic, the Liverpool game, you name it. There's been several. You guys are actual, so many deficiencies across the board from y'all. Makes no sense. The ultras from Feyenoord and the Madrid match. Whoever lost that, y'all are honorable mentions for frauds of the week.
Atletico fans lost.
They lost? Okay, so it's 1-1. It's
there's some
1-1.
clowns, bro.
You got to back the chat. If your team gonna win like that, listen, Feyenoord was juiced. The Feyenoord ultras was juiced up. They was ready to roll, son. So
Just think about this though.
Nah,
the
they
size
had the
difference.
Diego
the
Simeone.
average height in the Netherlands is I don't even know.
Like 6'1".
They're like 6
Yeah,
foot.
yeah.
Some
They're-
giants.
I'm just imagining these Spanish guys that are
Man,
5'7",
small,
5'8",
pudgy.
squaring up to these Dutch dudes that are towering over them,
Getting
just
clocked.
getting their asses spanked, bro. Oh, no wonder they lost. That's crazy.
And the fact
They're
that,
skilled.
and this was in the Netherlands too, so they had to travel back after that ass beating. Bro.
Damn. That's
Like,
Their
crazy.
asses spanked, bro.
That's crazy, bro. You don't even want to stop and visit the
I got that
landmarks,
handle.
bro. You so pissed off. You got your ass beat. You don't even want to visit nothing in there, bro. Let's go home, bro. Let's get out of here. They're definitely,
hooligans.
yeah.
At least they took the dub in the football.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
Listen,
at least.
I'm leaving here with something. That's what they said. I'm about to say. So, Atletico Ultras, definitely honorable mention. But my fraud of the week, it could be two. As a matter of fact, I'll kind of pair them because they both tried to back the chat. At the end of the game, one Kyle Walker and Erling Haaland, they was looking real salty after that. I will tell you that much. They was looking real salty after that. It was a hard fought match. Yeah, didn't come out and prevailed, but y'all was looking real crazy in the light trying to talk to a set piece coach. You know what I'm saying? Whether you knew him or you didn't know him, y'all was trying to back the chat against him. And it was looking real bleak for y'all. Y'all ran out of tunnel all pissed. You know what I'm saying? One loss like that, y'all losing y'all minds. I don't know what's happening over there, but y'all gotta chill out. When we was getting cooked, you know what I'm saying? Again, we got our shit got shut down real quick. We had to just walk off for shame. So I don't know. I gotta call that. I think they're up there. I think they're my two frauds of the week.
Listen,
Just for that
I kind of want
conduct.
to take my fraud. Can I take my fraud? My fraud of the week. I feel bad for Pep. Can I take my back?
What do you want to change it to?
Yeah, I want to change it to Christoph Ayer. I forgot. I completely forgot about this. I could.
Oh my
92nd
goodness!
minute celebrating.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh, you're
my
right.
Oh, then
You're
what did he
right.
do?
You're right. You
I
said
remember
yeah.
that.
You clown! You clown! Never celebrate early ever
What was he
Yeah.
celebrating? A
again.
goal kick, right?
Yeah.
So goal
Some
kick or
clearance. Some
some
clearance.
bullshit. 92nd minute or whatever.
Yeah,
After the
I don't
offside
know.
goal, he literally celebrated like dunk tackle, like like in that PSG game. You know how like dunk went crazy. But again,
Burn.
if you do that, you better win the freaking game, my boy.
Yeah.
If not, you're gonna all
Yeah,
those
you
things.
look you look silly.
Yeah.
You're gonna look funny.
That's
yeah.
definitely.
I take
But I
back
think
my
I think
pen.
that celebration though from Ayer in his defense was like genuinely just like he like a release of
Of course.
emotion. Like it wasn't like him trying to rub it in. It was like yes, like goal kick in the 92nd minute. Like this is
Yeah.
over.
Of course.
Crazy. Yeah,
But
that's funny.
it was
that's
over
a funny callback.
until it wasn't.
Of course.
Until it
Until
wasn't.
McSauce had his
I'm
say.
sure he will not do that anytime soon. When
Yeah.
there's still time.
Just
to
gotta
be
hold
played.
it down. Nah, for real,
He's
man.
definitely gonna have that in the back of his mind.
Yeah, but yeah, I was about to say. Oh yeah, outside of this, completely random. But yeah, speedy recovery to what's it called, Basham from Sheffield. That foot injury was disgusting. That was a bad foot
You know,
injury.
I was gonna talk about this, but I saw like if this was a Liverpool or United player, all this coverage, blah blah blah. As soon as I saw that shit, all this shit, I'm like, I want to talk about it and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, just everyone's gonna talk like that's a crazy injury. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get talked about regardless of who it is. Like, obviously, it's not gonna be as much media time. Sorry, your club is not as big, but like people were just like
that's
trying to
where
like
people's mind goes. Like
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
this person
you're-
did, you know,
you're
there was
thinking
this team, they
about-
talk about more publicity, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. It's like no, this
Stupid
guy that literally
agendas.
got a horrible,
yes,
a
who gives a
horrific
fuck?
injury.
Like this guy,
Yeah, like
literally.
it's crazy. You know?
yeah, but
Some people, man.
speedy
Yeah, get well soon,
recovery,
yeah.
man. Speedy recovery to Basham, bro. That was brutal, man. But he gave the thumbs up on the way out, so
I don't
hopefully
even know what
he's there.
freaking like. How did that? Like he just
I've-
went to cross it and just stepped on it wrong. Like
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't.
I remember
Yeah.
I saw the replay. Yeah, he misstepped on his left foot. Just I
Mm.
guess there's so much weight on it. Just
It just
That's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah,
That's why when I tell you guys when we play pick up, bro, I see some people like playing that shit like it's a fucking professional match, bro. Like, and then people get injured. They don't know why.
no
man.
facts.
Yeah.
Calm
No,
down,
facts.
brother. Calm
They're
down.
like, and then
Mm.
they get mad if you're not lunging, make a
Oof.
tackle, and then just
You know what I'm
saying? It's
sprinting.
like, yo,
you know,
I'm trying to make it home, fam.
There's a reason. There's a reason.
Mhm.
There's no slide tackling in pickup, bro. Because we're not
Yeah,
getting
that's
paid
true.
millions to do this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Honestly,
All right, we got work the next day.
It's
Yeah, we can't
facts.
do this.
for real. But yeah,
Crazy.
with that being said, we are gonna head into the international break with this episode sealed. That's been all the notes. That's been everything that we pretty much talked about. We can run through it. We'll start with Adrian with the closing messages, man. Take us home for this episode.
Got nitpicking.
Hey, man, you gotta start somewhere.
Damn. Well, it was a pretty shitty game week. Pretty shitty last two games for City. And it's like the worst possible way to go into the international. But you know, we move. There's been times that are I guess they're low. I guess bad times for City in the recent I guess even in the last year, Brentford and all these teams last season. And I lost hope after those, and I was wrong to lose. So I mean, I'm not gonna lose hope after losing to a good Arsenal team. But you know, yeah, let's bring on the international break. Maybe I can my thoughts away from maybe it'd be a blessing in disguise. You know?
The R&R, man. Chase, you know what I'm saying? What's your closing messages, fam?
Been a good 3 weeks. I'll come back next week with a bit more hair on my face and ready to do it all again. So that's it for me.
I hear you, man. Phil, what's going on, man? Take us home.
What's going on? All I'm gonna say is stay tuned. If you remember last international break, we had a fun little draft. Yeah, content will not stop. We'll still be here next week.
Yeah, man. You might see something special from us. So keep your eyes peeled, man.
Yeah, right.
Gene, no chill, Gene. What's happening?
Hate to be happy on other people's sadness, but to not see Adrian pretend like he's Thanos anymore is just It's something that just, you know,
He lost.
Nah, I agree, bro. That Thanos
you know what
gimmick.
I'm saying? The Thanos gimmick
Yes.
finally is
Listen.
not.
Listen, I trust the process. If I didn't trust the process, I wouldn't be wearing this today. I trust the
No,
process.
no, we're not. It's not. There's not what we're talking about. It's just
Trust the process.
the Thanos gimmick was
Yeah.
was
It-
too much.
it's gotta-
man. This
All
is
right.
the.
It's gotta
All right.
rain
This is,
sometimes.
this is
Even
the,
Thanos
this
takes
is
a
the
break.
post. This is the post snap Thanos that we're seeing here, you know, in the garden and stuff. So
It's all right, you know. It's a
we'll take
cycle,
what we'll
you know.
see.
This is
the
Thanos
one
when
that
he
got
was
beheaded
cooking
by
in his
Thor.
house.
Facts, bro.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta
When he
make
was
sure
just
you
cooking
aim
in
for
his
the head.
house, you know, we didn't know what he was cooking, you know.
The one
but,
that-
but they smacked him.
Hey,
He just got beheaded, bro.
Hey, yo, G.
So listen, he'll be back, you know. He'll be back. He needs a rest.
No, that
He
Thanos
comes
never
back
came
from-
back.
No,
That's all right. Maybe in the comics he came
His
back. I
past
think.
self, man.
yeah.
Crazy.
But I hear it, man. But yeah, before we get up out of here, man, make sure you guys go check out, you know, wherever we're at on audio platforms, man, on Spotify for podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. Again, Stitcher Radio, Google Podcasts getting, I think, shut down and moved into YouTube Music or something like that. So make sure you check us out there as well. Again, Rocket Cast, iHeartRadio, all that good stuff. Everything, everywhere.
OnlyFans.
Yanks Talk Ball. OnlyFans is still not set up, but we'll give you updates on that at some point. Don't expect too much.
Chase was gonna start one.
Yeah.
At this point, yeah.
It's crazy. Wildin'. But make sure you check us out on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at Yanks Talk Ball as well for all exclusive content, some stuff that we're doing during the international break, shorts, all that good jazz. Make sure you check us there. My closing message is I've had a good day. You know, it's been a good day. And you know,
Enjoy it. October 21st.
It's
It's all coming crashing down.
I'm about to preview for you, man. Listen, Adrian got the
All
bag.
crashing down.
Adrian got the bag on. All I gotta say is, oh my guys, bolas. Oh my guys,
Start one way,
bolas.
we end
Oh
one way.
my guys,
That's how we go.
bolas. Oh
It's
my
not even
guys.
sticking anymore. That's all right. There you go.
The bag is on his
A
head.
bet is a bet. That is a bet. I have a feeling we're gonna be somebody's gonna be wearing a suit soon. I
Hey,
know. I don't know who it is.
Don't worry
But
about it,
somebody's gonna be
man.
dressed up in it. So maybe with a
Suit and
baseball
clown
cap too.
fit.
I don't know.
Listen, but don't worry.
Me and
Baseball
Phil are gonna
caps.
have to do
We're gonna be
something for
having
United
this
Liverpool.
podcast is just turning into one big Halloween party. Just letting you know.
Hey, it's the
And
season.
Halloween's
It's this-
coming up soon. So
It's the season,
yeah.
but hey, man, for now, the bag is on Adrian's head. My head is held high, and Yanks Talk Ball
my eyes
is
on my
done.
eyes. There you go.
But we'll talk to all of y'all soon. Peace.